How kick ass was that, man? What's going on, everybody? Who we 186 back again with another video, overrated podcast episode 102. Now, just to make sure, this is for everyone out there. Like that's not our new intro. That was just an intro that I wanted to test it out, see how it looked. Our friend Ryan Meadows made that, so shout out to him. And he's the one that's gonna be making what will eventually be our new intro. Right now, he's just testing stuff out. And I love that. I love that intro. I'll probably use that one for no, I can't use it. I was gonna use it for my own personal podcast, my own personal thing, but I can't. But it has the overrated thing on that. I kind of need my own branding. But, yeah, so I just wanted to test it out, see how it is. So see what's going on.
Yeah, I had a feeling that you were going to use it. I didn't.
How do you know that?
Yeah, I knew you was going to use it because you like to disregard anything that when it comes to my thoughts and my feelings. But anyway,
no. I just wanted to test it out. I just wanted to test it. It's not a new intro.
I knew you was going to.
You don't like the intro?
No. It's fine. But like I said to Ryan, I didn't want to use it yet until it was completely finished. But I mean, it was fine. Like all I'm saying is I knew you were going to do that. Like I knew it.
How?
I saw it coming. I knew you was going to do it because you put the thumbs up when Ryan said, you could use this for now. You put the thumbs up, and I said to myself, I bet you this dude is going to play it in the intro. Like I knew it.
You know what's funny? I only decided to do it probably like 10 minutes ago. So what I did, well, because the thing is that with my phone, I need to buy a new phone. I can't connect my phone to my computer. I can't wire it to it because like I said, my USB port is effed up. So I decided to send it through Bluetooth, and it went through. If it didn't work, if it didn't go through Bluetooth, I would have just used the old intro. Since it worked, I decided, let me try it out. Let me see how it looks. And I liked it. I like the intro. I like it. I know you want to do some more extravagant stuff with it. We'll see how it comes out when it comes out later. But I like the intro. And like he put a lot of work into it, and I appreciate it because I didn't ask him to do an intro. I don't know if you talked to him about doing an intro.
We just talked about it in the chat, and he pretty much said that he was gonna. He was just trying to give like an example, just a quick rough draft, if you will. And
yeah, I mean, trust me. If I had used the first one he did, then yeah, I can understand you being upset with me about it because of some of the stuff that he put on there. But I like that intro. But like I said, that's not our official intro. I just wanted to see how it looked.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it's fine. Like I would prefer if there were some sports stuff that was in there, because with that intro, although it's good, it looks like it's just a video game video or video game podcast instead of a podcast that it is dedicated to video games and sporting news. So that's the only thing I want him to figure out how he could mesh the two together, but you already made it seem like you don't like it when he put both together. I forgot what your reasoning was.
No, I think there was no. Because one, it was poorly edited. I mean, I gotta be honest. It was poorly edited, and to me, I did think that it just doesn't fit. The two themes don't fit, at least where he was going for. It doesn't fit. Like the themes that he was going for don't fit. Like when we had those two intros that we put in the Discord, right? Now, mind you, FYI, everyone agreed that the one that I liked was the best one. Just want to put that out there. But the two themes just don't mesh together when you combine them. Do you remember where he had the intro where he had all the the sports guys on there, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the original the original intro was supposed to have the Cammy music on there. But the reason why the NBA Jam theme makes more sense, one, it's an awesome song, obviously. He used the right version of it also, which is the Super Nintendo version, which is the best version of the music in the game.
I agree.
But he also yeah, but he also it's a combination. You know, obviously NBA Jam is like obviously sports themed, and the background obviously is video game themed. So it really does combine our the two our the what our podcast is about. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now something's wrong with your headset. Uh, because I keep hearing it like go off or whatever. But anyway, I do agree.
Is it fine?
Yeah, now it's fine. I
Okay.
do like the music. I like the like I still would prefer not to have the start button on there, but you since you like it, I said it's not that big of a deal. So, it was fine.
I still don't understand why you hate the start button. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't like it. But there was one thing I wanted to mention. I like the transition where it goes to the Kirby or the King DDB's ring arena.
Mm.
I just don't like it that it goes back to the original to the original scenery or whatever you call it.
Like I said, he has time to kind of like he has time to tinker with it. So yeah, so that was just a one time thing. You're not gonna see that intro again unless you see it on my personal channel. Unless you see it on my personal channel, but on this channel, it was just a one time thing. And also, what I also wanted to do was test it out to see if we would get any type of copyright or whatever. Because like
Do you really think we'll get copyright for that?
yeah, yeah.
I don't necessarily think we will get copyrighted because it was only a few seconds. That's one,
Mhm.
and two, it's a video game. I don't think Nintendo would get upset of us posting a video game. Like, what happened if it was your own game? Like, you won't be able to do that.
No, you know how Nintendo is, bro.
Hmm.
You know how Nintendo is. So yeah, but I just wanted to test it. I just wanted to test it out. But anyways, how was your weekend?
My weekend, went fine. I actually want you to go first because because there's a couple of things that I need to address
Okay,
based off of what I did.
I'll go quickly. Nothing happened.
What did you
I just
end up?
went to work.
What did you end up doing?
No, I just went to work. I didn't really do anything as far as gaming goes. I didn't do anything particularly interesting, So
Well,
I
speaking
didn't
of
really.
gaming, speaking of gaming, how have you been doing in Street Fighter? Like, have you made any improvements on Street Fighter? Did you beat the combo trials yet? Like, what's the update with that?
Um, did I beat the combo trials with didn't I beat the combo trial with Marissa? Yeah, I think I said I beat it with Marissa.
Hmm.
Um, I have to come on, shit. Hold on a second, dude. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on.
All right. So while he fixes his technical issues, whatever it is, um, yeah, these combo trials on Street Fighter Six, some of them are very difficult. Like with Guile, I think the Guile is probably one of the hardest ones. I didn't try everybody yet, but Guile has always gave me trouble, even back with Street Fighter Four. Guile has gave me the most trouble. But I did beat it with Zangief. I did beat it with Ryu, and I am gonna try to plan to see if I could also do it with JP and Ken, and of course I'm gonna go back to Gal again. But yeah, JP and Gal are giving me the most trouble. I'm actually surprised that I actually beat Ryu's. I thought Ryu was gonna give me a really hard time, but Ryu's combo trial, it was pretty. There was some technical stuff, but I really am happy that I was able to accomplish it, and I'm going to see if I could use some of those some of those combos in an actual competitive sense. Like whether if I'm playing against Hoovy or if I'm playing online and whatnot. I actually even bought a guide, Street Fighter Six guide, to understand more of the mechanics, the ins and outs of the mechanics, and things like that. The guide was, oh, is I mean, it's okay. I thought it would be more of like,
Ah, you bought a
go ahead.
guide.
Yeah,
You bought a guide.
yeah, I bought a
Ah
guide.
man, you made a mistake.
What happened?
You made a mistake, man.
Why I say that?
Because the game is always. You have to remember the game is gonna be. It's gonna be doing updates, and I guarantee you that guy didn't cover Rashid.
I don't know. I didn't get too far, with the whole entire book. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah,
What
but
is it?
like guy,
Oh, it's
yeah,
right there.
guys nowadays are useless because the game realistically is always gonna be updating, and they're always then
Yeah.
you know how it is. Yeah, they always tinker. They always tinker with when every time we update, they always tinker with stuff when it comes to nerfs and buffs and stuff like that. So I'm surprised you bought a guide. I was surprised they sold guides.
You're surprised? I
Yeah,
mean, they have, most games still have them.
I mean online, yeah, sure, I can understand that, but like an actual guide, like an actual book, that's surprising.
No, it doesn't necessarily surprise me because although you can find things online, it is good to have a book on hand while you're trying to learn the ins and outs of all the mechanics or special tasks that you have to accomplish. Like it does bring some sort of convenience, if you will. Like I feel the same way about it. How with comics, I still prefer having the physical comic going back and forth through the pages. Like I still prefer that than just going through a phone or a tablet. And I don't
I
know.
get it, but
I think tap. I mean, guides is the same thing, in my opinion. Go ahead.
like yeah, but I'm saying that because the game is always changing, I just find it to be useless, especially if it's like the ultimate version of the game, then then yeah, fine. Then a guide, you can have a guide and it'll be fine. But if that game is still getting updates, a guide to me is useless.
To a degree, yeah. To a degree.
Yeah, so, well,
To a
I
degree.
you all right. So you
So
asked me a
yeah,
question. All right,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Yeah. Answer the question.
yeah. So you asked the question. You asked me how I was doing with Street Fighter. I've been getting my ass kicked online. So yeah, that's been happening.
Wait. Hold on. What characters are you using?
I mean, again, I'm using Manon and Marissa. That's who I've been using, and I've been getting my ass kicked. And some of it is just obviously them being better, and a lot of it just every time I try to play online, I always get interrupted with somebody or something, or something's happening to where I'm not concentrating. You know what I'm saying? But mostly it's just them being better.
You can't. So, what? You having a hard time focusing in your matches?
Yeah, yeah, because there's always something. There's always something. Yeah, because there's always something going on. That's bothering me.
Such as.
I mean, I put
Or,
this
or,
how
or
how this.
are you being serious, or are you just trying to come up with excuses
No,
why you're losing?
no, not excuses. No, not excuses. Like if someone's better than me, then they're better. Like no big deal to me.
Hmm.
But like for example, the last time I played online, I was talking to Joe the whole time.
No, no, I'm not gonna let you slide on that, man. Because if 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 you want to win, you're gonna focus on that match. Just put the phone away and try to win these games. Especially if you're gonna try to do rank matches. Like I could understand, like if
No,
this
it
was
wasn't
like,
ranked. It wasn't ranked. It wasn't ranked.
yeah, I could understand that if this were casual, type of thing, like you have a party or whatnot. But like if you're doing a rank match, dude, everything should be focused on that match. Like you should
Yeah,
have
it was
absolutely
it was it was ranked.
interruptions. Like you gotta you know you got a reputation to uphold, man. Like you gotta like set
Whoa,
everybody
whoa, whoa,
straight.
whoa, whoa. What reputation?
No, you know
What
what I'm. You know,
reputation?
you like you do. You gotta let everybody know that Hoovy 186 is here. I'm the king in Street Fighter. I'm going to beat all of you guys. Like you gotta like nail it on the head with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta take that stuff
No,
seriously.
no, no.
No, you gotta take that stuff
I'm good.
seriously, especially if it's ranking. You
No,
gotta take it seriously.
like I said, I wasn't doing ranked. I was doing Battle Hub, and yeah, I was just trying. I was just trying to get better. But the thing is that like now I'm playing people who are playing like GP now and Kimberly and all these characters who I'm not familiar with, and yeah, I got my ass kicked. Like
Oh
it
no,
is what it
that
is.
no,
Like
okay, no,
yeah, like
that's your fault, man. That's your fault. How come you're not familiarized with these characters yet?
I'm just not. Like I'm just not. Like I like
Ah,
like yeah, but it's not a big deal. I just I just gotta get better. That's it.
um, I could have sworn you were already familiarized with JP already.
No, I'm not familiar with JP. Like I'm familiar with the one character that I feel like I'm familiar with is Manon, but even with her, I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play with her.
Who?
Not to the left, not Manon.
Oh, okay.
What's how you pronounce her name? Manon. Like yeah, Manon. Yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with her moveset, but I'm not that good with her. Like I have to get better with her. But as far as like moveset is goes, her moveset I'm familiar with more than anybody else's.
Okay, but you can't use her yet, no?
No, no, not to the point where I feel comfortable. No.
Oh, okay,
And
okay,
plus the other thing that I keep falling for the drive impacts are driving me nuts because I'm never prepared for them.
well, you could
I'm
just
never
but remember, I think it's you have to hit the opponent. I think 3 or 4 times, and then it'll cancel it out.
Oh yeah, but even still, like you know how I am. I like to play close to my opponent, and I'm always getting caught. And the thing is that it's not hard to get out of. All you gotta do is just hit it on your own.
Yeah,
And the person who hits the drive impact second, the one that it registers.
yeah. Just do it right back
And I'm not.
just do it right back at them. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty easy.
Yeah,
It's just 2 buttons,
yeah. And
so
I keep falling for that. Yeah,
and you still fall for it.
yeah. I'm just not. Yeah, yeah. I still fall for it. Yeah, you're. It could be my connection. So we're not on sync, but But yeah, I keep falling for that shit, man. And then I'm not pairing enough, and it's just it's more so me where I'm making the mistake. Even if I even if I didn't make any mistake, I could probably still lose, and I can deal with that. But it's like it's frustrating when you're the one making the mistakes and you're not learning from your mistakes, and that's the part that's frustrating me.
I got you. I got you. Yeah. So what I was saying, I've been having a hard time with combo Charles with Gao. Like I don't know if you have tried it with Gao yet, but my
Mhm.
goodness, he is extremely
Steve,
difficult.
you're roboting a little bit. Like I said, I don't know if it's just my internet that's doing it, but you were roboting a little bit.
When he like I was lagging or something.
Yeah, yeah. But now right now you sound fine now.
Yeah, I was having a hard time with Gao. Gao was giving me a really hard time. JP, he's giving me a really hard time with combo trials. Like I'm really trying my best to learn JP.
Yeah.
Like it seems like there are so many different ways how you could utilize that character. Like you could fight close range with him, mid range with him, full screen with him. It's just it's like you could your mind is just filled with imagination of how you could use that dude. So I'm now so he's really good with him, but he seems to be really good with Chun Li. I don't I don't believe him. He
Mhm.
makes it. He claims to be that he's better with Chun Li, but I've beaten his Chun Li before. It's his JP that I constantly have a hard time with. His JP is the one I have a hard time with, but he makes it seem like, well, he claims that he's better with Chun Li. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm enjoying the game a lot. I really want to get better at the game. Like I really want to participate in these tournaments. Um, but I know it's going to take a lot of dedication and a lot of practice in order for me, to compete. And I know it's going to take a long time, but I won't be going to see CEOs not until next year, so that
Yeah.
should give me plenty of time to go and practice as much as I can. And again, like I said before, I am going to also plan on going to Evo and Combo Breaker, for that matter. And if I'm able to go to all three, like that will be a very fantastic year for me, including all the Comic Cons and things like that. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. So as far as my weekend, I went to. Let me see. Which one should I talk about the movie first, or should I talk about what happened at the clinic?
It's up to
Oh,
you.
no, I'll talk about the clinic. So when I went to the abortion clinic, because once again I go there to see if we could save, so we could save some babies. And the guy that harassed me last week, he showed up again this past Saturday. And this time, one of the girls that was with me, she said to me, "Steve, don't say anything, don't say anything," because I pointed to her. I said, "Yo, this is the guy that was giving me trouble." And so I see her. She started praying, and I say nothing to the guy. And at first, he didn't say anything to me either. The guy said absolutely nothing to me, but he just kept looking over at my direction. He gets out the vehicle, he heads inside, he comes back out, then he starts talking to me. He started saying some weird stuff. First he said, "Oh, I need to participate or go to a gun show," or yeah, I need to go to some gun show, learn how to use a gun. I don't know. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, what? I don't get the message. Then he said, "Oh, I hope you're having fun harassing women." And I said, "Listen, I'm not harassing women." He's like, "Yeah, you're harassing women." And he starts flicking me off. And well, what's your name was like, "Steve, don't say anything." So I stayed quiet. And then the guy just kept talking. He just kept talking to me. Clearly, what his goal was to get a reaction. That's what he wanted. That's all he wanted. He just wanted to get a pure reaction from me. I guess he wanted to maybe record me again, maybe put me on social media. I'm still looking to see if I see myself on social media, because I was confident that the first interaction that we had, that he was going to post it on TikTok or on Facebook or something. "Oh, look at this guy. He's harassing women," when you are the one that's doing the harassing. You know what I'm saying? So clearly, all he wanted to do was just cause trouble. He wanted to pick a fight, and I was being peaceful the whole entire time. I was trying to figure out what he was trying to talk about, what he was saying. I really couldn't comprehend what he was trying to convey, but he just kept saying, "I'm harassing women," and he starts talking about my mom again, of course. So all he wanted to do was just get a reaction, flicking me off, cursing at me, whatever. So I'm like, whatever, dude. Like I have something I need to do. You're just a distraction. You leave me alone. Let me be, and go out with your day. So
Mhm.
that was the first thing. That same day I went to see Sounds of Freedom, and my goodness, holy crap, bro! Sound of Freedom. I even posted on Twitter. Let me see if I can still find it on Twitter. But I posted on Twitter and I said that everybody needs to see this movie. I know you're not going to see it. You're allergic to movie theaters, but everybody needs to see this movie. Sound of Freedom. All right, let me see. Let me just. I know. I think that. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people, they didn't even know what the movie was, and the reason why is because you don't really see the movie being advertised on TV or anything. The only reason why it's being known now is because people are posting it, similar to like what I did on social media. But frankly, most people, they never heard of the movie before. A lot. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, a lot of people never knew what the movie was about. They never heard of it, and I'm saying to myself, "Wow, one of the movies that I really do believe that every single person should go and see is this movie." Um, Hold on now. Do you know what the movie is about?
Apparently, it's about some government agent quitting his job to rescue kids.
Yeah, I guess yeah, you could pretty much say that. Yeah, so it was pretty much about a guy, like you said, he was an agent, and he wanted to make it his duty to save as many kids as possible. And let me tell you, the movie is heavy. When I say the movie is heavy, the movie is heavy. Like it's very emotional. It's a lot of things that's very disturbing. I should say, but dude, I have to applaud them for them. They were actually able to make this a rated PG rated PG-13 movie. Because let me tell you, if this happened to be a rated R or beyond that, dude, I honestly believe a lot of people would have walked out of that movie theater. A lot of people would have walked out of that movie
Or
theater.
repeat what you just said because you kind of bought it out.
I said that if the movie happened to be a rated R movie, or let's say a rated a lot of people would have walked out of that movie theater. I know for a fact a lot of people wouldn't be able to take it if they actually showed precise what was going on in closed doors. Because dude, I'm telling you right now, it was very. Some scenes were just a little hard to watch because you would see the child there on the bed, and you see, the guy, the trafficker in the same room, and you see the kid, petrified, all scared. Like it's just a very scary thing to watch because you feel for it, even though it's just a movie. You it actually feels like, wow, you just want to jump into the screen and rescue that child. And they actually showed you video footage of all over the world of kids getting getting kidnapped. So what they would do is, let's say a camera at a gas station, or a camera at a parking lot, or at the mall or whatnot. They showed clips of how quickly a kid can get abducted in just a matter of seconds, dude. Seconds. Like it is like you even blink and you will miss it. It is that fast because you see a guy just come around the corner, grabs the kid, and then there's a van like right next to him. It is like they time everything perfectly, like as if this was in practice. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like these criminals were practicing how to how to take the kid, put him in a van, and then just drive away. Like it was just instant. And I said, man, that is just unbelievable how this thing goes down. But anyway, I have to give Tim Bullard a lot of credit. He's the same guy that did Passion of the Christ. And let me see if I could share the. But by the way, let me ask you, are you interested in watching the movie?
Uh, not really. No.
I didn't think so. Well, why
Cause
am I not
I
surprised?
already know how like I already know how that stuff goes. I don't need to see it. Like I know there's a lot of controversy behind the movie, but like to me it just doesn't interest me.
Oh, what did you hear?
No, like people like I know a lot of conservatives are way into this movie, and I know that a lot of other people don't like it, and I'm just trying to figure out. I don't understand why they wouldn't like it if it's as straightforward, unless there's something to it that you're not telling me.
Um, here's what's confusing about that statement. I don't necessarily care if your view is on the left, if your view is on the right. There should be absolutely nothing political about this. Regardless of what your position is, what your beliefs are, what what is it that you put in that you think is valuable or not or whatever. Everybody should at least come into an agreement that sex trafficking is wrong. Everybody, regardless of which side that you're in, regardless of which side of the aisle that you are in, everyone should come into an agreement that okay, this is wrong. This should not be happening. So I don't understand how that the people on the left is criticizing the movie. I don't even know what are they criticizing. Do you know?
I have no idea because I didn't really care.
Okay. Well, so this guy, let me see. Let me just see if I could play just one quick clip at the
Oh,
beginning.
your thing updated to X. That's great.
What does that mean?
You see the X right there?
Oh, I see it. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's what apparently Elon Musk rebranded Twitter.
So now instead of calling it Twitter, it's called X.
Apparently,
Are you serious?
yeah.
So now it's called X. So did the same thing happen to you?
I don't really use. I haven't used Twitter on my computer yet. On my phone, it still says Twitter.
Okay, on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me play this real fast.
Names you see here on the screen took a stand, and they made sure this story could be shown.
Obviously, this is at the end of the movie, and he just
Is this
pretty
something
much.
that we should be able to see?
You think we shouldn't? You think we'll get in trouble for this?
Maybe, but might as well.
Uh,
You already tried.
To
okay.
all of you. And now all of you have the opportunity to continue telling this story. We don't have big studio money to market this movie, but we have you. And the baton has now been passed to you. You are the storytellers that can get people to come see this film in theaters. When you come to a theater, you experience movies differently. There is no pause button, there are no distractions. We all have an experience as we watch the film together as a community. It makes it possible for strong messages like this one to take root. Sound of Freedom is a hero's tale, but I'm not talking about the character I play. It's the heroic brother and sister in this film that work to save each other. They are the true heroes. The most powerful person in this world is the storyteller. Together, we have a chance to make these two kids and the countless children that they represent the most powerful people in the world by telling their story in a way only the cinema can do. For a couple of months, while Sound of Freedom is in theaters, these kids can be more powerful than the cartel kingpins or presidents, congressmen, or even tech billionaires. We believe this movie has the power to be a huge step forward toward ending child trafficking, but it will only have that effect if millions of people see it.
And that's why. Go ahead. What's so funny?
Oh man. Okay.
Obviously, this shouldn't be a laughing matter, but since you're
No, no, no,
laughing, go
no, no, no,
ahead.
no. I don't.
But
No,
since
no,
since, since you want
no,
since you want to
no, no,
laugh
no,
on something that is so serious, but go ahead. Go ahead.
no, 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 no. Here's the thing. You can go for a right cause, and but still be pretentious about it. You can fight human trafficking without watching your movie. Okay. There are tons of ways to fight human trafficking without having to watch the movie. And your movie is not going to end human trafficking. It's not. There are other ways to do it. There are more effective ways to do it. It just depends on whether or not the powers that be are serious about doing it. But yet, the powers that be are more worried about bullshit that don't matter than stuff like this. I agree. Human trafficking is a huge issue. It is. But watching his movie is not going to change that. And him just being like, "Oh, we can save if you just watch the movie." No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. We can do it other ways.
First off,
Right.
having okay. First off, having no,
Am I am,
you didn't see the
am I
you did
lying?
you
Am I
didn't
lying?
you didn't see the movie, so you have no idea how you will be able to have like an idea of how things actually goes down. Like the most innocent things that could actually happen could trick you into the point where yeah, now you're pretty much your child is gone. Like the movie puts you in a complete different perspective, a complete different light, it puts you into a new world of what actually goes on, because knowing that sex trafficking actually happens, we still don't know how they are able to plan accordingly for it to happen. You don't know the ins and outs of what actually goes down. This movie actually gives you and provides you those type of information, which is why
The people who,
it is important for us to watch.
let me ask you a question. Do the people who can actually affect it the most, do they know?
Wait, say it again.
The people who know who know how to, the people who are in charge of searching, because there are departments that are designed to catch these human traffickers.
You said apartments.
No, human traffickers. There are people whose job it is to combat human trafficking.
Okay.
They know everything that you saw in that movie. They know, even if I don't know, they know. And if they're the one that can really affect it, why do I need to see the movie?
Are you serious, Suvi?
Yeah,
Are you serious? Then,
I'm
you,
dead ass
then,
serious.
then you should have, then that position should be with any movie that's a true story. You should have that same position with all true story movies.
The hell that what does that mean? What are
No,
you
you
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, you said, oh, I don't need to see this movie. I don't need to see. I don't need to know. Oh, I know that human trafficking goes on, but I don't
Yeah.
need to see the movie. Well, I mean, having there's a lot of movies that's out there that is a true story.
Okay, and
So
if it interests me, I'll watch it. If it don't, I don't watch it.
so why does this movie interest you?
Because I don't know what it is. I don't care about what it is.
Yeah, I forgot you don't care about anything. Yeah, of course. I completely forgot you don't care about anything. I forgot who I was talking to for a quick moment. But okay, fair enough. If you're not going to watch the movie, that's fine. I'm not gonna try to persuade you to watch. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that because I know how you are. At the end of the day, though, I truly believe, I hope that this movie is a true success. I do hope that it does bring awareness that what you like to use and other topics, that
Mhm.
it brings awareness to lots and lots of people. Now, when I mean lots of people, I'm talking about multi millions and millions
It
of
can
people.
it can definitely bring awareness. It's just I don't need him being pretentious about it.
How is he
Like,
being pretentious?
you have to go, like, in order for everyone to do this, you have to go see my movie. No, no, the fuck I don't.
That's
You
not
can
being
do
pretentious
no,
at
yeah,
all.
yes, absolutely it is. It's
No,
100%
it's not.
pretentious. Yes, it is. It is. There are tons of ways to support this to support this action without having to support the movie. There are tons of ways to do that.
How many movies do we have? Well, maybe with the exception of Taken, but I don't. That's not really a true story. But how many movies that we actually have that will educate you and actually shows you what actually goes down, if it wasn't for this movie? Without this movie, we don't really know anything.
I mean, you're saying that that you can't find documentaries anywhere talking about human trafficking?
I'm pretty
Where do you
sure there. Go ahead.
where do you think the idea, like, you just think that people just you're saying that people just don't know what human trafficking is at all?
No, no, we all know what it is. We all know what it is. We all know what they do and whatnot, and we all know that it's one of the most awful things that you could do to a human being, especially a child.
Yeah.
But like I said, this will actually give you a different perspective of what actually goes on, because it literally puts you in their world of all these perpetrators and all these traffickers are actually doing to to kidnap, other people's kids, your kids, and whatnot. It puts you in that, see how they operate, what they actually do, and all this crazy sting operations, that happens to capture these criminals. Like it puts you into a different atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And I
Okay.
and I think, and although it's a very heavy movie, yes, you're gonna leave the movie theater looking all gloomy, possibly you're not going to be happy. People were crying. I get it, but I do think stuff like this is necessary and is impactful. Like how and that's not being pretentious. He's just telling the truth out there that everybody needs to see this movie because this is what actually happening here in the U.S. and throughout the whole entire world. That's all.
There is nothing that's in this movie that hasn't been discussed before. That is something that's not it's not revolutionary. It's not revelationary. That's not even a word.
Revolutionary.
Yeah, but like so like him saying, "Oh, you should go see the movie." All he's doing is just trying to push the movie, which is fine. Just don't be pretentious about it. That's it.
So you think all he's really he has an agenda, which is he's just trying to promote the movie. That's all he really wants to do is just to promote the movie. It has nothing to do of the awareness. It has nothing to do is sending out additional information. The whole sole purpose of him saying this stuff is to promote the movie.
I mean, I think he could probably care about all that stuff, but he obviously cares. He obviously cares about promoting the movie. You don't make a movie unless you're trying to promote it.
I think you're just hating on the guy. What did he?
I'm not hating the guy. To me, I'm just going by how he came off with what he said.
Yeah. All right. He's almost done.
Now, I know it's weird because we're in the theater, but feel free to pull out your phones and scan this QR code. We don't want finances to be the reason someone doesn't see this movie, so Angel Studios boldly has set up a pay it forward program.
I scanned it also, but let me let him finish.
Where you can pay for someone else's ticket who might not otherwise see it. If you're able, we invite you to.
And I know for a fact that's not going to work on you. I could pay the movie the ticket for you, and you're not going to see it. I know for a fact that if I did that for you, I would be wasting my time and my money. So don't worry, Ruby. I'm not doing this for you. There's probably someone else out there that'll probably see it. But I know for sure if I pay for your ticket and even food, even if I pay for your food, you still wouldn't go see the movie. Let me continue.
The fact that you're offering tells me that you want me to see the movie.
You're not going to see it.
No. The fact that you're offering, it shows me that you want me to watch the movie.
I actually want you to watch it. Yes.
Right. Well, like I'm not going to watch it. So
you're not going to watch it. That's why I say what I said because I know you. Let me continue.
Forward by buying a ticket for someone else, or if your budget is tight, share the already available free tickets with as many friends as you can, or do both. Join us and millions of others as we ring sound of freedom and hope throughout the world. And just remember this: God's children are not for sale.
Amen to that. God's children is not for sale, Huey 186. They're not. Life is precious, and these innocent children are also precious, and we need to do everything that we need to do to make sure that they are protected and honored and respected. Now, the thing is, Huey 186, if you're not going to watch the movie, that's fine. I'm definitely not going to spend the money on you because I'm just going to be wasting my money. Now, hopefully, if Ryan Meadows is watching us currently, I would gladly pay for his ticket because he said he was going to pass on the movie also. But if I buy his ticket, maybe he'll watch. So hopefully he's going to watch because I am going to support this movie as much as possible. But I'm not going to waste my time on you because obviously you're not going to watch it even if I gave you the ticket and you could go there for free. You're not going to go watch. Hopefully, one of my friends will actually support this movie, and then that will continue on the domino effect, and maybe that will entice somebody else to do the exact same thing. Now, with all that being said, Havenel, I thought this was a great movie. I thought this movie was very, very good. I thought it was done very well, and I really appreciate the fact that they didn't go all too graphic in the movie. I'm glad it was a rated PG-13 movie because and in all honesty, I don't know if I would be able to watch it either if they would actually show all the crazy stuff that goes on, in the they actually put them in the there was a scene where they put them in these cargo ships, and Oh my gosh, bro. They there were I'm not gonna lie to you. There were moments where I felt like I wanted to turn my head away. I feel like, you know what, I don't think I want to see this. But bro, when they are all locked up in the dark, freaking no food, freaking, being shipped out, overseas and whatnot. They're all they're dirty. Oh man, dude, it was just so sickening, to watch. But they did a very good job of actually showing us what actually goes down without being too graphic. And then the movie also was telling us that it said that there's like 20 million, I think it's 20 million child pornography that's constantly being uploaded. And like over the last year, like it increased like 5,000%. Like it's like this, the spirit of lust is truly, taking over, and it's really sickening, man. It's really sickening. But I think, man, I didn't. This is almost felt like a topic, and I didn't mean, to make this, as a topic. I think the movie is fantastic. You should go see it, but I know you're not going to. And those of you who are watching in the chat right now, I'm telling you guys and gals, go watch this movie. Try to support it. It is good. It'll bring awareness. You will enjoy it, but I'm telling you right now, yeah, you're gonna get all melancholy once you get out that movie theater, man, because it's well, at least there's a happy ending. But man, the movie's insane. The movie's crazy.
All right, so Malta's in the chat. What's going on, bro? Joe said that I didn't want to comment on the movie because based on a true story usually means there's some embellishment. I've seen what they added some extra sauce to the movie. So,
I mean, I don't know what extra sauce that they added. It looked like they tried to keep it as realistic as possible from what I watch it from when I watched it. So
uh, most traffic people are actually teens and teen runaways. That's true. I saw a statistic on that. Um,
yeah, it is. A lot of it is teens and runaways, but based on all the little I don't know if you saw the movie, Joe, but based on the clip that all the little clips that they were showing in the movie theater, a lot of them, were, young little boys and girls. Like they because they're such an easy target. Like you could just nab them, and then take them, to wherever it is that you need to take them. And plus, we're all with these different countries, the way how they trick their parents. Oh, your child has so much talent, and they're gonna be a superstar or whatnot, and the parents fall for it.
yeah, they do, and that happens here too. That happens here too.
Yeah.
That happens here too. Like yeah. So I mean, to me, I already know what the movie's about. So it's like I don't and plus I don't go to watch movies like that in a theater or anywhere. Maybe if it's on TV one day, maybe I'll see it. But like to go to a movie theater to do that, no, I'm good. Cause I have an idea of of what these kids go through when it comes to it, and that's the type of shit I don't like thinking about. The only thing I just wish that our country, and I will hope that other countries, but I know that's not going to be the case because unfortunately you have a lot of countries who look at consent a lot differently than we do.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then in this country, we don't take it seriously. We really don't. So it's like there really is nothing you can do. You just hope that people parents are vigilant in with what their kids are doing. Just hope they don't get caught up in some bullshit. That's just really all you can do. All you can do is just hope that your kids don't get caught up in that in that.
Yeah.
But with the internet, it's so easy nowadays, especially when when we're growing up. We obviously we had the AOL chat rooms and we had all that crazy stuff going on. That was just crazy. It was just nuts. And then what you see is you see a lot of that stuff come to light, right? Like you see a lot of stuff, the stuff that you don't know about somebody, and now you see that stuff coming to light, right? Some of their perversions and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and that that's disgusting. But like I said, that's why I don't like the idea of what YouTube did with the Predator channel, and I get the risk, but the problem is that these people need to be exposed because they could be predators themselves, or they could be somebody who is helping these same traffickers, human traffickers.
Yeah.
They could be getting paid to do that. So like these people need to be exposed.
And they are everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
When you, if you ever, I mean, I was always curious when it comes to the dark web. I always wanted to um dip my toe into the puddle, but I said to myself, no, I'm not gonna touch it. But in the movie, like the guy, pretty much was explaining how he was able to offer, because what the agent did, he pretended that he was on the guy's side in the beginning of the movie,
Mhm.
and then the guy pretty much said, "Oh, I'm going to offer you, this little kid, this little boy," and oh man, dude, bro, Hoovy, man, that was just like to hear him say that to a kid. Oh, I'm gonna offer this little kid for this amount amount of money, like there's some type of like a plaything. Like it was just some of the things that they say in the movie was very disturbing. But what were you going to say?
All right. All right. So Joe said that they interviewed the real Tim, whatever his name is, the main character, and he explained, yeah, it's a movie, so they do embellish. Little black chick almost got snatched in Florida by a Spanish dude. He didn't succeed and got arrested. So,
You know what black chick he's talking about?
no, no, but
Joy, if you could elaborate a little bit about this black chick, I because I know there. I thought you was talking about the chick that faked her kidnapping. Because
yeah, I heard about that. I'm like,
oh, you heard about that one too.
yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, okay.
I'm like, what? Did they ever find out why she did it?
No.
Hmm, man, but I'm telling you, man, dude, there's a lot of weirdos out there, man. Like they really are.
Oh, there's too many, and that's the problem. We have too many, and I know you're not going to agree
Mhm.
when I say this, but this is the reason why that because there were statistics that had showed like a lot of people who are pedophiles or predators and whatnot.
Mhm.
A lot of them were sexually abused when they were kids.
Yeah,
You know, you know,
I can definitely believe that.
yeah, 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 and you see, that's why I've always told a lot of people that I'm not saying be sympathetic or have pity on them or anything like that, but we pretty much missed the knockout punch. We missed the mark because as they were kids and as they were growing up, they should have provided like some type of therapy, some type of help to overcome the sexual abuse that they were receiving when they were kids. Because now, because obviously now they've been sexually perverted, and then all they could think about now is, oh,
So yeah,
this
but
happened.
you also take into account that a lot of that stuff, a good number of that stuff happens within the family.
That's true too. Yeah,
So like that creates a whole nother issue. Now and again, like you mentioned, therapy and help. There is never too late, but like even therapy is not going to help when it comes to that situation. It can help contextualize what happened, but it will never take away what actually happened. It will never take away what actually happened, and I don't know if there's a way to that we can prevent the actual action from happening. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's done within the family.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, look, it's very sad. It's very unfortunate. I do like listen. I do care about all of those kids. Um, there's really nothing else that I could do, which is the only thing that I could do is I took a snapshot on the tag and see if I could maybe buy a ticket for somebody who I know. But look, I know you're not going to think all of this falls under the same umbrella, including maybe Joe. But whether if it's sex trafficking, whether if it's child abuse, child neglect, abortion, um, I'm missing one. Crap, there's one more. Oh yeah, the crap, like crap. Now I forgot what the thing is called. The thing that they're doing in schools now, to the kid, like the drag shows and all the other stuff. To me, all of that stuff has to go, in my opinion. All of it, all of it, all of it. If you truly care about kids and you truly care about their well being and all the other stuff, all of that to me is evil and has to go. All of it has to go. But as we're talking about with this in this particular movie, I'm gonna say this one last time. Everyone, including you, Hoovy, has to watch the movie. I know you're not going to. I know you're not going to, but I'm telling you, it will put you in a different light, a different perspective. Kudos to this movie. I'm definitely. I don't. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna see it again, but when the DVD
I'm
comes
sure the way
out,
you're talking, you might as well see it again.
when the DVD comes out, I'm gonna buy the DVD movie. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, I felt like this was a topic. My bad.
Fun fact: I know two registered sex offenders. One with CP, other statutory, and I know two others that are possibly offenders. Hard to tell. And that's a problem right there. But
Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. I know one person that was sexually abused also. Like I know one person that was, but hopefully it did affect her a lot. It really did affect her a lot. But she's still she's progressing. She's getting better. So she's recovering in full. Now, Hoovy, I'm not gonna. I don't. We don't have time for this, but there were a lot of videos that were on TikTok and on YouTube of a conspiracy that these movie theaters, or I guess the left people on the left, didn't want this movie to be shown, and there were a lot of people that were saying the ACs were out, the lights were still on, and people just couldn't watch the movie, for some apparent reason. I'm going to tell you, when I watched the movie, everything was fine. Everything ran smoothly. Everything was perfectly fine. But for those of the people who had a hard time trying to watch the movie, I do find that to be very, very suspicious. I don't. Did you hear anything about that or no?
no.
Okay. Well, I have video footage, but for the sake of time, we could move on. Maybe I'll probably play it on my own channel.
Okay. Well, this is your first. No, these topics are for you, so you might as well.
All right. So enough with the movie, and we are going to talk about. Wait. Which one are we doing first? You didn't tell me the order.
Oh, let's do the PlayStation. Go with the uninteresting topic first.
Yeah, only because you don't have anything today.
Yeah, I didn't have anything. I rather just play Street Fighter, but
All right. So Xbox is getting a bunch of PS1 games, and I'm gonna try not to read the whole entire thing, but Xbox fans will be able to play a selection of PlayStation 1 games in the near future thanks to a new cloud-based service called AntStream Arcade. The service is available now with two classic PlayStation 1 games at launch, plus over 1,000 other classic titles from the 80s and the 90s. It may seem surprising to some, but 87% of classic games made before 2010 are commercially unavailable. And okay, and I'm glad that they gave us that number. Pretty much most games that are old, you can't really find them anywhere unless somebody is probably selling on eBay or something like that. But commercially, you can't find those games nowhere,
yeah,
absolutely nowhere. And me, and Seafring, had this argument that and you would disagree with us, but I had always said, and Seafring agreed, that the type of access that we have when it comes to movies and music and TV shows how we could watch whatever movie we want, we could watch, listen to whatever music we want. I always said to myself, and I told you, the same thing should be applied to video games. I think game preservation is important, which is one of the reasons why I always thought that backwards compatibility was a huge importance, and it was a deal breaker for me. Now, knowing that 87% of these games are unavailable for us, to play, and they're pretty much, you know, they pretty much disappear. There's no way that you could find them, which is why I understand why people embrace, emulation. But at the end of the day, Hobie, we want what I know for a fact. What a lot of people are saying. Well, I mean, I don't know how to emulate games. I mean, I don't want the inconvenience of downloading these ROMs. What happened if the emulation doesn't work? What happened if it's this? What happened if it's that? Yada yada yada. They need to find, and which is why I actually appreciate this, but I am a little worried. But which is why they need to find a way, which I believe it's cloud gaming, to preserve all the games that had ever existed. Every single game that has ever existed, from the first till now, every single game we should be able to have access to, no matter what, regardless if they didn't age well. Like I don't care what the excuse is, we should have access to every single one of these games, the same way how we have access to music and movies. Now, I understand your point of, well, it's a lot easier to have access to music and to movies, but when all the movies and music that you keep claiming that you like to, well, let's stick to music real quick. All the music that you kept on claiming that you like to listen to, whether if it's you were using, I remember before you said you had used Pandora. Before you said you had used what's the other one that you said you used? What was the other one? You used Pandora and what else?
What else did I use?
Or what do
I
you use currently?
well, I use Apple TV.
Apple
Not
TV. Okay, Apple TV.
Apple, yeah.
Apple TV.
Apple Music.
Okay, and I pretty much, I think you said that most of all the music that you want to listen to or whatever are there.
Mhm.
Yeah, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a lot of people claim that, well, we have things like Steam, or we have things like Epic Games, but even with Steam, like they don't have every single game that you want. They don't have that. They don't have every single game that you want. But the multiple, as long as you have multiple different types of streaming services, for example, how we have Disney Plus, you have Hulu, you have Netflix. You mentioned iMusic and Pandora. Like you have access to all of these different types of form of entertainment. All the gaming industry have to do is emulate that. That's it. Especially if they're old games, all they got to do is emulate that instead. But instead, what we have right now currently is that 80% of classic games made before 2010 are not available anymore. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good for the industry when it comes to preservation. You disagree with that because you claim that, well, I buy new consoles, for new games and all this other
Mhm.
stuff that you like to say. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, Hoovy, if you want to experience older titles that you never played before, they should be available for the consumer. They should be, because you're doing a disservice by bringing these games out, and now suddenly you can't play them anymore just because, oh well, they're just too old. Now, do you have anything to say before I read on?
No, continue.
Okay. This means for old school games, many of their favorite classic games may be lost in time forever, and if they're not preserved properly. Microsoft is doing what it can to solve this problem by teaming up with a retro gaming cloud service and stream arcade to add over 1,300 classic video games to the Xbox ecosystem. The service offers games from many different retro systems, including PlayStation as of today, and Ant Stream Arcade has two PS1 games available: 40 Winks, a 3D platformer, and a brother and sister named Ruff and Tubbo, who venture into a dream world of loaded top-down shooter featuring six playable characters. Let me see. I think that's it, right? Hold on. Let me see. There's just one. As revealed July, Antstream Connect, more classic PlayStation games will be coming to Antstream Arcade in the near future. Games were bought to be lost forever. No, to be forever lost, like the Glover, a unique platformer featuring a magical four-figured glove on a quest to restore his kingdom. Let me ask you a question, Louis, because
Mhm.
yeah, I need to ask you questions because I think I asked you this already, but I just need to make sure where your mind is at. So you don't think it is necessary to have access to older game titles the same way how you have access to movies and music?
In a perfect world, yeah, sure. But is it something that's practical? I don't think so. And you can't tell me that that cloud gaming is practical because it's not. It's not practical. So it's cute that it has this, but I'm not a fan of cloud gaming.
Why aren't you a fan? Why aren't you a fan of cloud gaming?
Are you serious?
No, no, tell me. I need to know all the. I want to check each box. Tell me why you don't like it.
Because it's not native. Not native. If the thing lags, then what's the point of game? What's the point of gaming if you can't control it to the point where it's supposed to be controlled? If it lags, then it's like what's the point of playing it?
But I thought only the hold on. Um, but our PS1 games are having that issue also.
I don't know, but like the thing is that why would I play something on the cloud? Like look what's going on with my internet right now. My internet's not great right now, and it will be completely affected if I play a game currently. If I'm playing a game right now, it doesn't matter if I'm offline or online.
Even despite you saying this now, despite that you were in favor of of developers making only online games.
Because it's online. You're playing online.
But look
That's
how
fine.
you
But
but
no,
look
no,
how
no, 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 no,
useless
no,
it
that's not,
but
no,
look
no,
how
no, no,
useless
no,
it
no, no,
is.
no, 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 no. You're not
What you're going
doing.
through right now.
No, no,
Yes,
no, no,
yes.
no, no, no. This is not the same.
Why not?
If I'm playing a game offline, it needs to work offline. It can't lag. If something's lagging online, that's what something that I do expect going online. But if I'm playing a single player game offline, it can't lag. It can't lag because at the end of the day, what's the point of playing it? What's the point of playing it if it's lagging?
You okay? You said what's the point? Of playing it because it's lagging. Like what's the point? What's the point? I mean, didn't you and Riddler say that? Well, as long as you have good internet connection, everything is all peachy. Didn't you say
What?
that?
What? What?
Didn't you say that? Well, just as long as you have good internet, just as long as you have good internet connection, everything is perfectly fine. Which is why
I'm talking
you
about
did. Which
online. I'm talking about online games. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about games online.
Okay, but Havanel, you could still have that exact same issue currently because right now your internet is garbage.
Yeah, that means that. But if I'm playing a game offline, it should work. What are you not understanding?
Okay, who were you on my side or not when I was complaining about games like Redfall, for example? When it comes to that you can only play the game online only,
I mean, I didn't care. I didn't care.
but you care now.
No, I don't care. I don't care now. I didn't want to talk about this.
No, 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 no. You said you didn't care. Let's see. This is where I caught you.
No. The
You,
reason
you
why the reason why I don't care now is because these are cloud games. These are games on the cloud. I don't care about cloud gaming. I don't. If this was emulation, then yeah, this would be interesting. But it's not.
but
It's
why?
cloud gaming.
Why would Microsoft do? Why would Microsoft even do that?
I don't know why would they do this. Why would they do this? They already have cloud gaming stuff already. So why would they do this?
All right. Well, I mean, let's see if there's anything else important. Okay, this is all right. Okay. Let me read this one last part. The highlighted reel featured a Andstream Connect showcase at least a dozen other PS1 games without naming them, giving classic PlayStation fans a sneak peek at what's in store. Unfortunately, there's no set timetable for when fans can expect more PS1 games to come to the service. Andstream has promised that a huge number of PlayStation 1 games will appear as soon as the online leaderboards and challenges are ready for each title. Access to Andstream Arcade can be purchased for $29.99 annually or $79.99 for lifetime access. I think that's a very good deal. For lifetime, I think that's a fantastic deal. Currently, over 15 classic systems are represented with the service, from Atari to Sega Genesis to Super Nintendo. Gamers shouldn't expect first-party games like Mario Bros. With this service, but instead players should expect all-time classic arcade games. And this is the kicker, Hoovy. This is the reason why I want to talk about this. And third-party retro titles that are hard to find, like Super Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, Indiana Jones, Greatest Adventures. You haven't now. This is why I appreciate this right at the end, because you haven't now have always claimed that one of the reasons why your PlayStation Classic was garbage is because of the lack of third party, and apparently game preservation really doesn't matter if it doesn't have third party games on there. Like if you only have only a selection few of games that are only first party, like let's say only Nintendo games or only Sony games, you're only going to have a select few of games. That's all you're going to have. But the fact that they are going to be including also the third party games, which in my opinion are the ones that get lost and will never be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because Sony, they could always, make another, classic console or whatever, or put it on PlayStation Now or whatever service, that they have. They could put the first party games on there. But what about all the third party games? We shouldn't just be limited to just first party games. Third party games are also equally as important. So with the addition of third party games, which is something that you've also asked for, how is it that even now you still don't care about it, despite the fact that now you pretty much have the whole entire platter? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. So now you have everything that you could. Now we have everything that we ever asked for. Now we don't have to deal with downloading and emulating games. Everything will be on the cloud, first party and third party. Now this is what game preservation is supposed to be, where we have all access to every single game that ever existed. Shouldn't you be happy about this?
Steve, I don't care. End of story. I don't care. I don't game on the cloud. Period. I made that clear already. So this is why you want to talk about this, because you want to lecture me about some bullshit cloud service that I don't give a fuck about. I don't care. If you like it, go ahead. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
All right. I'm gonna make sure that when it comes to game preservation, I'm gonna make sure that I call you out again in the near future. Make sure I'm gonna call you out again in the near future, because all this time all this time that you kept on talking about, oh well, yeah, game preservation is nice. All this time that you kept talking about how, oh well, the only way that we could play old games is if we have a PS1 or PS2 and all this other stuff. Where me and Steven have proved you wrong. That the way no, I want to finish. I want to finish. You interrupted me twice. You interrupted me twice.
No, because
You interrupted me
you've been
twice.
talking the whole time. I've been busy doing something else, so I'm going to talk because you're mischaracterizing what my statement is. So I'm going to correct you, and then you can say whatever you want, so we can move on to an actual interesting topic. Okay? I believe in game preservation.
No, you don't.
I don't believe that the companies who are currently making new shit should be responsible for it. They're making new product. They don't need to concentrate on going backwards. Okay? Like I said before, that's why I believe in emulation, and that's why I don't like the fact that Nintendo tried to go after emulation sites. Because clearly, if you're not going to make the games, then if they're not selling it, then there's nothing. There really is nothing for you to get upset about. There's nothing to be upset about. But I've always said that all this doesn't matter when it comes to cloud gaming, because if your internet is no good, then those games are useless to you. It's not about whether you play them online or not. You can't play them at all. And even if you have a good internet provider, I don't know how good their servers are. I don't know how, if their servers are no good, then it's useless. If their servers are no good, you can't use them at all, so it doesn't even matter. So at the end of the day, my problem is with the is with cloud gaming. It's not with game preservation. It's with cloud gaming. I don't believe in the technology. I don't believe in the technology. I don't think we're at that. I don't think we're at that point yet. And then trying to dangle the nostalgia thing that clearly works on you doesn't work on me. Like I said before, I believe in emulation. I don't believe in cloud gaming. They're trying to combine the two. Will it work? I don't know. But personally, I don't think it will. That's why I don't care.
Yeah, despite that you still play old video game, old titles like Street Fighter 2. Well, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Talking about oh well, developers.
When I
talk now? Can I talk?
No.
Can I talk?
When I play Street Fighter 2,
I want to talk.
When I play Street Fighter 2, have you ever heard me say I played it through cloud gaming? Get it through your head. I don't care about the technology. That's why I keep, and this is why every so often when I get upset, this is why I get upset, because you don't listen to what I'm saying. I don't believe in cloud gaming. I made that perfectly clear. It has nothing to do with playing old games. It could be a brand new game. If it's cloud gaming, I'm not fucking touching it. Why? Is it because it's a new game? No. Is it because it's an old game? No. It's because it's cloud gaming, and I don't believe in cloud gaming. So before I let you talk,
can I?
No, before I let you talk, let me ask you a question.
I wanted to address that. I wanted to address that.
I will give you every opportunity to address.
I'm going to forget. I want to address that point.
I will. You can do that. Let me ask you this one simple question. What is my issue with cloud gaming?
You said if your internet goes out, you won't be able to play the game
at all. If their servers are no good, I won't be able to play the game at all. So what's the point of the service? That's my entire point.
You're going through nothing but what ifs and all this speculation stuff. That's so you're going to be based on what ifs?
Yeah. I've already had experience with this. I've already had experience with it. My nieces, they were playing Infamous 2 through the PlayStation Now, whatever it's called back then. It was laggy. They were playing a single player game, and it was laggy. Why the hell would I want to go through that? Now, mind you, we're not talking about multiplayer. We're talking about single player. Why would I want to go through that? Why? Why do you think PlayStation Now was a complete and utter failure? Because they had most of the games they had on there were PS3 games, and they were cloud only. Cloud only. There's no way. Some of those games had a hard time running on actual hardware. Why would I want to play that downgraded for on cloud gaming?
Well, I have always used the. Didn't I can't remember if it was you or somebody. Didn't you say that they didn't have a choice but to put it on cloud because of the whole cell
Yeah,
processor or whatnot?
yeah, complete. Yeah, and I mean, I don't give a shit why the reason was. The fact is, if those games are on the cloud, I'm not touching them. I ain't touching them.
Okay.
They had online edition, Street Fighter 3 online edition on PlayStation Now. I would love to try. I would love to play online edition, but I'm not touching cloud gaming to do that. Absolutely not. In a fighting game where input is necessary, absolutely not. Can't do it. Can't do it. So all right, so go ahead.
Well, I can't remember what. Let me see. Okay, here's what I was going to ask you. Oh, this is what I was going to say. You keep mentioning because it's on the cloud that you are not interested in the service. You know, you're not interested in the product because it's on the cloud. What happened if your internet is bad and whatnot and whatnot, whatnot. Right now, if you remember, I always complained about if you're on a single player mode and if it requires you to be online, that already in itself, pissed me off, right? That pissed me off. I don't think, and the reason why it pissed me off is because I have always said there should not be any type of requirement for you to be online to play single player mode. That's my position. You
Mm-hmm.
should be required to play offline, especially if you're playing single player. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine playing what's that game that you always like to play? Guacamelee.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine playing Guacamelee or imagine playing Zelda, but you have to be online, to play that game. That would tick me off.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with you on that. I never. That's the thing. I never agree with you. I never disagree with you on always online game. To me, the reason why it doesn't bother me as much is because most of the time I don't have a problem with my internet. It's only been this way for the past month. But I don't believe that single player games should be online only. Should require online. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
But
Even if the internet is good, I still don't think you should be forced to stay online to play.
understood.
Yeah.
Understood. I don't ever think I ever remember disagreeing with you on that. To me it just doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you.
Okay. Well. Okay. That's fair. Now here's the ultimate question, and we'll move on.
Mhm.
Now again, I understand you say you don't care. You don't care about the service because it's on the cloud, which I can understand that point because again, I don't think that you should, especially if it's a single player game, it should be online. However, Hovi, the only solution for right now that we have in order to preserve these games, unfortunately, it has to be on the cloud. Otherwise, like I read on the article, otherwise the games will just get lost forever. I don't want that either. So the choices that we have is you either play on the cloud or let's not have a cloud service and then the games get lost forever. I don't want that.
I think that emulation can do that. I think emulation can do that. Now they are in danger. Like in the thing when it comes to this service, I don't know how they got away with it. I don't know how they got away with it. if Microsoft is partnering with them, then Microsoft is basically validating them, and they have a bunch of games that they probably don't own, or maybe
Yeah,
someone else owns.
yeah. Especially if it's third party games. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Look, I don't know how they got away with it, but it is what it is. But
Yeah, because I think you mentioned that we'll have a lot of we have to deal with a lot of licensing issues or something.
yeah, yeah. So like I don't know, like I said, I don't know what the ramifications are. But let's say if they do have like PS1 games, like I don't think they'll have like first party PS1 games. But if they have
No.
PS1 games, then if they have them, then yeah, Sony's not going to be okay with that.
Yeah, I don't. I think I think Microsoft is purposely trying to attack Sony some way, shape or form. But my overall position, and we can move on. My overall position, of this is the reason why I brought up safe ring is because when you had mentioned, oh, we have to play, PS1 in order to play, PS1 games or PS2 and whatnot, and that's also the reason why I brought up the whole music and the whole movie thing because obviously you have to stream in order for you to listen or in order for you to watch. So unfortunately, when it comes to video games, it has to fall under that same service where it has to be on the cloud. Otherwise, now we don't have access to these games at all. And you mentioned emulation, but if these companies like Nintendo are going to prevent, these websites for you to emulate games, well, then that makes it even worse to where now you can't like all the games will be gone.
I mean, there's ways around it, but they're definitely trying to kill it off. They definitely are. But even though there are definitely ways around it.
Yeah. Okay. So again, I think what you and I mean, yeah, you were getting all irate and pissed off, but I
No,
think that my what I was trying to help you understand is that although you don't like the service, it's really is the only way, at least currently, for us to preserve all the old games that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like
and
that was my position. With like, what's a better solution to have access to older games?
okay, again, it could be cloud. It could be. I still believe it's emulation. What annoyed me about what you did is that you're saying that you don't care about you. First, you said I don't care about cloud game preservation, which is not true.
Well, you like how you said actions speak louder than words. So when you say that, oh,
No,
I don't want to play
I've
old games, or
I constantly told you that I believe in game preservation through emulation. I that's been clear from day one. But truth be told, I don't buy new consoles to play old games. You're when it comes to console, and it could change anyway because hell, everybody wants cloud gaming to be. I mean, wants console gaming to be. Oh, everyone plays on everybody plays every game on every console, or whatever. But the way that I grew up with console gaming, the most played game the most played games should be the new games. If the best games on a new console is the old game, then that's a problem. That's a problem. And I don't need to spend lots of money to play old games on a new console. To play old games. That doesn't mean that I'm against game preservation.
well, but you are against, because I remember you complained. I forgot what game it was, but you did complain about gaming developers putting new games and then and it's still available on the previous console. You complained about that before.
Yeah, because I think they were holding back the new consoles.
No, okay, but do you see why I
No,
came to
no, because they're not.
conclusion why the reason do you see
They're not the same.
no
They're
okay
not the
do you
same.
did you okay that with the addition of you constantly saying this notion of, oh, developers, these companies, these studios should not focus on old games. I just want to make new games. But when you say stuff like, well, I don't they shouldn't be focusing on or their research on older games, to me, of course, that's I'm gonna jump to the conclusion that you don't care about game preservation.
All right, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. Cause I made my point clear already. Just because I want them to move on to make new games on the new console, that doesn't mean that I'm against game preservation. The two things don't even make sense.
You don't want them to focus on older games,
No,
right? You don't want them to focus on games that were already out, or like even if something as simple as as an update.
that,
If
that,
it's
that, that okay, that is where we have our problem. 'Cause I never mentioned that.
okay, but having a if a game is getting updated or they're adding extra stuff on an older game,
I don't have a
you
problem with that.
you will have a problem
I don't have
with
a problem with that.
okay, okay, it's an older game though.
Steve, you're not okay. Steve, listen, you're not hearing what I'm. You're not understanding.
Now I'm not hearing
No,
what you're
no, you're
saying
not. No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying because you're conflating multiple things into one thing, and I can't keep up with all of it.
because all of it involves of preserving the game.
That's not. But that's not really what I'm talking. That's not really what I'm talking about. It's not really what I'm talking about. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm not explaining it to you correctly. So here I'm going to do this. I'm going to explain it to you right here. The problem I know what you're talking about. When it came to Gran Turismo, right? They have a PS5 version and a PS4 version, right? In my opinion, I think they would have been better served making it only PS5 only. Take advantage of the hardware that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that doesn't mean what so that means that I don't like that doesn't mean that just forget the PS4. Obviously,
Having a come on, bro. Like, come
no
on.
no no no.
That's exactly what it means.
They are still the game developers who make games for the PS4. I'm talking specifically about the console manufacturer studios. I am mainly talking about them. They need, to me personally, Horizon would have been a better game if it was only on PS5.
Now,
Gran Turismo 7, yeah, go ahead.
before you continue, you never been that specific when it comes to like
I didn't think I had to. I didn't think I had to.
Okay, but go ahead.
All right, so yeah, I think Horizon Zero Dawn, the second one, would have been a lot better if it was only on PS5. I think Gran Turismo 7 would have been a lot better if it was only on PS5.
Yeah.
Same thing with God of War. I understand why they put it on PS4, but to me, they would have been better if it was on PS5.
You think the game would have been better
Yeah.
on the if it was not, if they didn't focus on making it for the PS4.
Yeah. And I get why they did it because and this is something that I think Colin Moriarty said, and I didn't even think about it until then, and it makes sense. Like when you look at the PS1, PS2, completely different architecture. PS2, PS3, completely different architecture.
Agreed.
PS3 to PS4, completely different architecture. PS4 to PS5, they use similar architecture. They're similar. It's just the PS5 obviously is more powerful, but the architecture is similar. So porting games from PS4 to PS5 is a lot easier than it would be porting a PS2 game to a PS3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. So I understand why they did it, and financially, it probably does make it more sensible to do it. But to me, as a gamer, like I would as a PS5 owner, yeah, I would prefer if they concentrated on the PS5.
That makes sense. I don't know the ins and outs of all the the developing, and I'm still learning coding and whatnot. So I don't know how like how much drastic of an improvement it would have been if they just kept it on PS5. But I could only speculate. So you could be right. You could be right. But I didn't know you were. I never knew about that detail. But if you felt like you didn't need to share that, then it's still I'll say mistake to a degree on my part. But I did not know anything. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know you were specifically talking about the manufacturer and such. I didn't know.
Yeah, like that's that. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like it just to me, I just feel like the game would have been better if they were only on PS5. That doesn't mean that they need to abandon the PS4. Because naturally, people are you like people who can't afford a PS5 are gonna buy a PS4. And
Yeah,
some places PS4s are more affordable now than ever. And they already have a library, like they already have a library of like 400, 500 games on the PS4. So buying a PS4, even like years after, is a good investment. But as someone who owns a PS5, I want you to take full advantage of the machine that I bought. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I want them to take full advantage of the machine that I bought.
Okay. All right, so we'll end it there. I didn't mean to go as long as we did, but we're still good on time. I don't think this is going to be a 3 hour podcast, which is great. And so now we're going to move on to the last topic for today.
All right, let me see. Is there any? Let me see if there's any.
Nolan's.
All right, so I know one that's consensual. SR, some girl who we woke on the wrong side. No, I'm not. No, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I am a little bit frustrated with a couple of stuff going on. But internet wise, we've been good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Internet wise, we've been good. So that's fine, But I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Um, what you have to make a decision based off of what ifs. You can't just jump into the la 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 la, ignore all red flags. And I agree with him. Like all I needed to see was that one thing of my sister playing Infamous, and I think they played Bomberman also, and seeing how there was artifacting going on. You had slowdown. And it to me it was not a good experience to watch. And they were playing on the cloud, online on the cloud. And I know their internet's not great, but even still.
Oh well, see then that's on them. If their internet's not that good, then that's really on
Yeah,
them.
but you see what I'm dealing with my internet. You dealt with it on your internet. Like what? Like to me, cloud gaming to me is just a non-starter. It's just a
Yeah, yeah,
non-starter.
yeah. It's why Stadia didn't. I mean, Stadia didn't last long at all,
Oh.
frankly for me, I cannot stand. We already addressed this, but I cannot stand having internet issues because it just complicates everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's especially because our we have the Ring doorbell that's connected to Wi-Fi.
Hmm.
Obviously, our games is connected to Wi-Fi. The webcam is connected to Wi-Fi. So once the Wi-Fi is gone, like that's it. And the
No,
first
what? Okay, no, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, and what frustrates me obviously the most is that when I want to play a game, and if I have to be online to play, online mode, that's why, frankly, even if it's on a discount, I'm not going to support those games. Like I'm not. I refuse to support games where you have to be online to play, single player. Like I'll be pissed off if Nintendo ever says that I have to play Zelda online. I'll be ticked off. But what were you gonna say?
Like shit, I forgot. No, that's fine. No, it's not
Yeah,
that big.
it was after I mentioned how everything is online. My webcam, the ring, games, like everything was online. Then you was gonna say something.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's fine. It's fine. Not that big of a deal.
All right. Okay, so last but not least, we got this topic out the way. We are going to be talking about this guy named, I think his name is G Dion, or
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, Gideon. Yeah.
yeah, G Dion or G Dion, yeah, whatever. Close enough, close enough. And the guy is hilarious. And by the way, everybody, we are going to sports news. This is our last, topic for today. And this guy was funny. He actually I think he has a TikTok and Facebook and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah. He's pretty much I've heard of him before.
yeah, well, this is I think this is no, this is not my first time hearing about him. Like I kind of like glossed over him before because I've seen like how he would troll people, but I just never really paid attention to him like at all. Like I knew he was a very big troller, which is, which this was just phenomenal. And the reason why I am shocked, there is a reason why I didn't tell you about this earlier, because I thought I was on the assumption that you was gonna say, "Oh, we're gonna trash the WNBA again. You're gonna trash the WNBA like you always like to do." But you are actually interested in talking about this, which I'm actually thrilled that you actually want to. So what am I talking about, y'all? Let me go and share this real quick, and you all will get to see what I'm talking about. So, this guy, as y'all can see here before you, that YouTuber Jidon banned from NBA events after prank sleeping at a WNBA game. Now, before I say anything, before I read the article, you all know how I feel about the WNBA, and you know how I've always trash talk the WNBA, because I have always said that the reason why that it's an awful league is because they haven't really done anything to improve the product, and constantly putting money in to advertise the product is not going to fix anything, because my position is, if the product's not good, it doesn't matter how many times you advertise. People are not going to watch. Now, as far as this guy goes, he decided that he wanted to do a prank, and the prank was hilarious. So let's see what he actually did. Do you have anything to say before I read?
No, you can go.
Okay, so the NBA knows Jidon or Jidon, the YouTuber known for pranks at major events, usually sporting events. The league watched him get a haircut courtside at Timberwolves game and didn't blink. I remember this one. This one, I actually remember this one. Do you remember this?
No.
Showing it up on the jumbotron. Showing it up on the jumbotron. There he is.
So as you can see, this guy is actually getting a haircut at a Timberwolves game. At a live game, he's getting a haircut.
Well, this is the ultimate barbershop here tonight. I'm surprised Bob Getters isn't over there giving the haircut.
I remember seeing this. I forgot. This did make it one of the highlight reels, and it was actually funny. So, and then we have more videos, but let me read this first. However, Jidon did cross the line for the league at some recent WNBA games. For one, he was courtside, and when the ball bounced out of bounds to him, Jidon decided to take a shot, just a heat check, as he put it. I remember this one too. Oh man! So he shoots the ball. It was an air ball. What wasn't even close. And I think he got kicked out. Let me see.
It was just a quick heat check. Just quick heat check.
All right, so there you see security tap him and says to come with me.
How you doing, man? Doing good.
You took a shot?
Oh yeah, the ball had came over.
That's totally not allowed.
Oh, no one told me that.
So what I gotta do, we don't need your name and stuff. We don't send you home tonight.
So he got kicked out. Have you seen this one before?
No.
Oh, we didn't see that one either. Oh man, that was good. Now this is where we get to the real deal right here. So Jidon was tossed from that game. However, what went over the line for the league was his pretending to sleep courtside at another game, complete with a pillow and blanket. That got Jidon banned from all future league events. So let's take a look. See.
We can go. Come on.
Do it the easy way, the hard way.
Sir,
Easy way, the hard way. Get up.
Sir, easy way or the hard way.
Wait, what happened?
Come on, get up. You need to get up and go. Get up. Come on, sit up.
Is it against the law to take naps?
Get up, sir.
You can't even take a nap at the WNBA games. What is this? North Korea?
My man. 3 months.
Bro, you can't take a courtside nap? Yo, free me! I'm a prisoner of sleep apnea. Save me! Move.
You are not allowed on the premises.
So I'm only banned for the WNBA game? Yeah.
All NBA related events. Yeah. So we're going to send it to the NFL and everybody else. But you are banned.
Wait, the NBA is part of the NFL?
No, we're going to send it. I'm going to send it to them.
So why would you send it to the NFL, man?
Do you have anything to say so far?
Mm-mm.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me see. So Jidon's reaction likely was a shrug. He's gotten in trouble with the law and other leagues. He was kicked out of the U.S. Open tennis tournament for getting a haircut in the arena, and just kept on going. That's the brand. We may not see him getting a shave courtside an NBA game this season. However, okay. Now, this is what I had to say about this, okay? So he got banned for sleeping. Despite that, there is no rule that says that you are prohibited from sleeping while the game is going on. I don't care if it's an NFL game, an NHL game, an MLB game. I don't care if it's a boxing. I don't care if it's UFC. There's absolutely no reason why you should be punished, prank or not. You bought the tickets. You should be able to do what you want. There's absolutely should be no reason for you to be banned just because you decided to fall asleep. And mind you, this is what I also want to say to everybody. Where he was laying on all those chairs, he bought tickets for each of those chairs. All that is his personal space because he bought the tickets. The freaking NBA, the WNBA should actually be grateful that he actually bought more tickets. They should be grateful for that. So listen, it doesn't matter if this was any other sports league, because I guarantee you this: if he was in the NBA game and he fell asleep, nobody would care.
No, I'll tell you this right now. If he was in an NBA game, he would only have one seat.
Well, he's a famous YouTuber, so he probably would have been able to buy multiple seats.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. Not for those seats.
Well, you could be right. You could be right. So
maybe if you like Amarath, maybe, but like as far as him, no, I don't think so.
Well, but here's the thing: the fact that he actually purchased those additional seats, like I said, the WNBA should be grateful. This guy did nothing wrong at all. You should be able to sleep, eat, drink, clap, cheer, boo, leave early if you want, look at your phone if you want, play your Nintendo Switch if you want. None of that matters because there's no rule that says you can't do any of those things, including sleeping, and you should be banned. You should be banned for using racial slurs. You should be banned for throwing food and products onto the players. You should be banned for going on the court side. That's what you should be banned for. I have absolutely no issue of them kicking him out when he decided to shoot the ball when the ball came his way and it went out of bounds. That I could understand why they kicked him out for that. That's a valid reason why he did that. There's a reason why he got kicked out for that. I get it. But all that other stuff, like, come on, dude. This is clearly the WNBA being all sensitive, getting all upset because they're trying to have people watch. They want people to watch, but they know that the league is a laughingstock. And this guy made him an even bigger laughingstock. And I think they got too sensitive. They got so upset. That's why they decided to kick him out. That's the only reason why they decided to kick them out, because they know that their product is an irrelevant product. That's why. Because I'm telling you right now, any other league whatsoever, no matter what it is, if he falls asleep, nobody cares. Nobody gives a rat's. Well, I was about to say something else, but nobody gives a rip if he decides to sleep in any other league. It just so happens that the WNBA have a problem with it. Do you have a problem with what he did?
No, because it doesn't affect me. But I also don't have a problem with what the WNBA did.
Well, now you need to explain why.
Because at the end of the day, he was trying to embarrass the league.
Wait. Hold on. Who? Didn't I just say just earlier, and you even agree, because you said that even you said it's perfectly fine. You could talk trash, you could boo, you could do whatever it is that you want. That, and if that is allowed, this is where I'm going to catch you and everybody else that's on your side. If booing and talking trash is allowed, that is far worse than just a guy sleeping. Far worse than the guy sleeping.
No.
Somebody sleeping is
No.
nothing.
No, it's not. It's not nothing.
It is nothing.
No, it's not. It's not nothing. Especially if that game's being broadcast on national TV, you have a guy sleeping or pretending to sleep courtside. Yeah, that's good. That's a bad look for the league. So why would they want that represented on their TV?
Let me ask you a question.
No, answer my question first.
Go ahead.
Why would they want that represented on their TV?
It shouldn't matter.
No, it obviously do matter, because look, Steve, I don't care what you think about the WNBA. We've heard it way too often on this podcast. At the end of the day, their job is to present the sport the best they can, and having some YouTuber on your courtside sleeping is not a good look for them, for WNBA.
Why? What does it matter what a fan is doing? He bought the ticket. He should do whatever that he wants. Why should it matter?
Okay, so where do the line get drawn? Because you keep saying, oh, they can just do whatever they want. No, they cannot.
Yes, they can.
No, they cannot.
Yes, they can.
No,
As
they
long
cannot.
as long as you're not interfering in the game, as long as you're not interfering in the game, as long as you're not going onto the court, running amok or what have you, as long as there's no racial slur, as long as there's no fighting, you should be able to do whatever it is that you want.
No, that's not true. That's not true either. No, not true either. It's not. Like they don't want some random dude sleeping courtside where the cameras are. It's a bad look for them.
Okay, how tell me, how is it a bad look?
Do I have to?
Yes. I asked you the question. I expect an answer. Why is it a bad look? Why is it a bad look, Kobe? Why is it so bad?
Because he is trying to embarrass the league.
Something
period.
That means
he is trying
nothing.
To embarrass the league. That's it. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. If a multi-millionaire bought seats to the Heat game courtside and he did the same thing, he would get kicked out. He would get kicked out as well.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't, because the NBA is already making their money. The Miami Heat is already making their money. They
can still make the money and still kick him out and not pay him back.
They are not going to kick a guy out for sleeping.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
I guarantee
you, a lot of people.
If he's sleeping on one seat, that's fine. Clearly, what Jidon did was trying to embarrass the league. That's obvious.
It's his. Hold on. No. It's his seats.
I don't care.
It's his seats.
I don't care.
He bought the tickets.
He went out of his way to embarrass the league on that.
He bought those tickets. He should do whatever he sees fit.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it does.
Not how that works. No, it does not.
Yes, he's a paying customer.
Okay.
If he wants to sit down, if he wants to lay down, he should be able to do that. If he wants to watch the game backwards, he should be able to do that. Look, if he stands up or whatever, he should be able to do whatever he wants.
So you're saying that he should be able to stand up?
Yeah. No, not stand on top of the chairs. Just if he wants to stand.
Listen, they don't want people embarrassing the league in that way. So, like, I mean, it is what it is. He got what he wanted. He got attention. That's what he wanted. That's what he got.
Okay. Let me ask you this question, Heaven. If do you think this was ever the first time ever in any sports league? And let's add the NBA and the NFL and the NHL and the MLB. Let's add soccer, whatever. You honestly believe that this is the very first time somebody was sleeping in the gaming event?
No.
No.
But
No.
but how many
No.
people do you? How many people do you know? First of all,
No.
lots of seats do not have or only one or like one seaters, where they'll probably have like an armrest or whatever. Where people like if someone tried to do what he did, they couldn't do it because most seats are like one seaters, right?
In the NBA event? I mean, in the sports league?
More than likely in like an arena or something like that. In like an arena, because most arena seats are like one seaters. You get what I'm saying? Like they're like, you know, you probably have. I know in what's that place called? Where the Packers play, Lambeau Field, right? I know they have benches.
Mm-hmm.
They use benches. I think there's certain parts in Buffalo and in Buffalo where they have benches. In the NBA, every seat is like arena seating, so they'll have a seat, plus they'll have like an armrest somewhere there or whatever, right? So they couldn't do what Jidon did because they'll have the armrest, and unless they want to lay up on top of armrest, which is not comfortable, you know what I mean? They won't be able to do that. If he's sleeping, do I think I think that it would be a lot harder to kick him out if he was just sleeping on one seat. If he was sleeping on one seat, I can understand it. I can understand he may have an argument.
Wait. But they kicked him out for sleeping.
Yeah, for pretty much making a mockery of the sport by doing it over multiple seats.
So it's not. So it's because he was sleeping on multiple seats is the problem.
Yeah, he was. Wait, Steve, come on. What do you think he was trying to do with that?
Wait. So it's because he was sleeping on multiple seats.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was just sleeping on just one seat, and he has his I forgot what the thing is called. To cover his face, the blanket, all of those theatrics, all of that mockery, they wouldn't have not kicked him out as long as if it was on one chair.
Yeah, because the look is not as bad as if he was on multiple seats. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
If he's sitting up, then he's not a distraction to the viewer. He's not going to be a distraction to the viewer because you won't know what he's doing. You're just looking at the game. But if you see a guy wearing the outfit that he's wearing laying down, it becomes a distraction. You'll notice that a lot easier.
Remember the camera was right there, so everyone would have been able to get footage regardless if he was laying down on four chairs or if he was just sitting on one chair.
But which one's more noticeable?
Him laying down on all four. I forgot. I don't know how many chairs, but 4 chairs. Yeah, that's obviously more noticeable.
And the WNBA knows that.
But either way, it's still a mockery. It's still a mockery, whether if it's on 4 chairs or 1 chair.
All right, that may be true for you, but for them, they look at it as mockery, clear mockery. So it's like, it is what it is. Like,
and you actually think if this was, let's say, the NFL, that they would have kicked the guy out?
Yeah,
they would have kicked him out
if he did the same thing in the same area, they would have kicked him out.
I don't buy that for a second. I don't buy that for a second. I don't buy that for a second because there's no need. What's the incentive? The WNBA clearly is trying their best to have more people to watch the sport. That's clearly what they're trying to do. They're having all these ridiculous commercials saying that we need to watch. They're saying that, we're just as good as men. They're doing everything, all these crazy delusions. They're trying to do everything that they possibly can to make sure that they get attention. and they got so sensitive because they know that they are a boring product, an irrelevant product. So they get upset.
This is the problem that I have with the statement. But go ahead,
They get their panties in a bunch because they know that their sport is no good. And so when they see a guy, laying down, making a mockery, let's kick him out, despite the fact that he's not doing anything wrong. Despite the fact that he's not doing anything wrong. He didn't do anything illegal. He didn't break any rules. He didn't break protocol. He didn't do any of that. He bought tickets. He gave them money. He bought additional tickets. Gave them more money. And if he wanted to sleep, because those are his seats, he should be allowed to do that. And I guarantee you that if this was any other league, they would not care.
See, here, the only reason why you're defending it because you don't like the WNBA. That's the only reason why you're defending this. Because I guarantee you this. If I go to your church right now, I sit front row and I lay down, you're not going to be happy about that. Even though I didn't do nothing wrong.
Church?
Yeah.
Church?
Yeah.
If you fall asleep, then you fall asleep. A lot of people fall asleep in church.
Yo, I know for a fact that you would not be happy with me if I did that to in your church. If I go to your church in my pajamas with a pillow in hand, with a pillow and a hat in hand, I go front row in front of the preacher. I fluff my pillow. I lay it down. I lay down and I'm taking a snoozer. I know for a fact that you're not going to be okay with that. I know for a fact you're not going to be okay with that. Am I right or wrong?
This guy comparing church and a sports league.
No.
You cannot compare the two.
It's not even about that. It's a respect thing.
You cannot compare it.
No, it's a respect thing. Because I would never go to your church and blatantly disrespect you or the pastor by just laying there and sleeping. I would never do that. And again, I get it. He's a funny guy, content creator, whatever. But what he did in their league's eyes is disrespecting them. It is what it is, and they were not happy about it, so they kicked him out. And supposedly they're gonna ban him from NBA events. It is what it is. And honestly, when it came to the haircut thing, I would have kicked him out for that.
Why?
Because you have a guy cutting your hair. He's blocking someone else's view. I guarantee you, he's blocking someone else's view.
Well, I mean, you're depending on the size, you're going to be blocking people's views by default anyway.
Okay, but I don't need a guy standing up doing someone's hair if he's in front of me.
I don't know if I would have kicked the guy out for that.
I would absolutely kick him out. I would kick him and the barber out.
Oh man, I think your problem is that you always try, because every time when I talk about the WNBA, you are always want to be there to save them. You always want to be, captain save the WNBA. That's what
again.
That's what you are.
And this is what happens when you don't listen. I don't watch I don't fucking care.
But you still defend them anyway.
It don't matter. It don't matter. What am I defending them from?
You did ever since we started this podcast. No matter what I talk about when it comes to the WNBA, you always had some type of disagreement. You always had some type of problem with me talking about the WNBA, even though everything that what I would say when it comes to the product is factual.
It's not factual. Here's the problem. The problem is that you keep talking about something you don't give a shit about. That's the problem. Every topic that you come up with WNBA is on you, and not on me.
That's fine.
The same thing I said last week. You keep repeating the same shit so you can talk about the same shit over and over again. I don't talk about this because I don't care. And then you sit there and be like, "Oh, well, you always
you do care. What? You do care because you always defend them. You do care. Yes, you do.
No, because
yes, you do. You care.
I have to correct you.
No, you don't have to correct anything.
Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do.
No, you don't.
And trust me, this is not the only time where I've had to prove you wrong on several things when it comes to the WNBA. Okay,
You didn't prove me wrong on anything.
Absolutely, I have. Absolutely, I have.
I proved you wrong.
No, you haven't.
By with the numbers, I proved you wrong with the parade. I proved you wrong when it comes to revenue and the money, all of that stuff.
Mhm.
I proved you wrong.
And do the NBA still continue to support them? Yes or no?
The NBA does because they're stupid.
I don't. It don't fucking matter what you think. What you think the reason why they do it or not. The fact that they do support them, which is what I've always said.
Okay, but what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
What it means?
What does that mean?
What it means is that the NBA, is fully invested in making the WNBA work.
And have they made any money after doing that?
No.
I will answer. I will answer the question for. I will answer the question for you. They seen no revenue, no product, no capital gain with all of the investment that they gave for the last 20 years.
The league has that hurt the NBA?
For the last 20 years, they haven't seen any type of growth. They haven't seen any type of
NBA.
They have made no money.
Has that hurt the NBA?
You're not listening.
No.
You said listening is important. You need to listen.
I'm not listening.
You need to listen. You need to listen.
No.
You need to listen.
No.
Regardless of how much money that they put in, they have not made money. When you invest in a product, Havanel, you expect growth. You expect to double your money. That's what you expect when you invest, Havanel.
Had that hurt the league? Yes or no?
What do you mean? They haven't made any money, so that's a bad thing.
Steve,
that's a negative.
Steve,
that's a negative. I am answering the question.
Has that hurt the league?
Yes, because they made no money.
No, it has not.
They made no money.
No, it has not. The revenue in the league has grown every year for the past 20 years. Cut the BS, bro. I get it. You don't like the WNBA. I have to fucking hear it every other day. I get it.
Every other day? You gonna start lying now?
Oh yeah. Every time we talk about the WNBA, who brought it up? Me or you?
It doesn't matter who brings it up.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who brings it up.
No,
it doesn't matter who brings it up.
No, because here's the thing. The only person who brings it up is you, because despite the fact I don't give a shit about the WNBA either. I don't.
Okay. So ever since we did the podcast, you never brought up the WNBA. I'm gonna catch you right now. You never brought up any topics with the WNBA.
No, outside maybe the only.
Maybe one. The
only one that I can think of.
So cut the crap. Cut the crap.
Shut up. All right, let me talk.
Cut the crap.
The only one that I can think of is the Angel Reese and what's the other girl's name? Angel Reese and the Clayton. You know that other girl. I don't know how to say her name. The other girl situation. That's it. Everything else is been on you, and you can't say he hasn't.
Then you bring up who brought up the who brought up? I could have sworn you brought up the. Or I think it was together. Didn't we both at the same time brought up the whole Brittany Griner thing and the whole Russia stuff?
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with WNBA. That had to do with Brittany Griner.
Who's a WNBA player?
Okay, and
so suddenly now that doesn't count. All right, I have it now. All right.
Wait. First of all, I think that was your topic anyway.
No, I think both of us was I think that was like a neutral thing. I think both of us wanted to talk about.
But that had more to do with her and Russia. That had nothing to do with WNBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's fine.
But any WNBA in the both NBA covers that NBA 2K covers, you're the one that wanted to talk about it because you were incensed that they were on the cover. That's you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I admit that. I have no problem admitting that. You are the one that have a problem admitting it.
No, see, the thing is that I don't care about this. If I don't care about something, I don't talk about it.
Well, that's you. That's how you operate. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Just because I don't care about something, does that mean I'm just not going to care about it?
You don't care about baseball, you don't talk about it. You don't care about baseball, you don't talk about it.
Didn't I bring up the topic with the Rays?
Okay, but that had nothing to do with baseball.
Okay.
The actual sport of baseball, that had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Because
You see how you play these games?
No, but
Here's
the thing.
You see how you play these games?
You brought up the same thing when it comes to the Laker thing. We all know why you want to talk about it. It had nothing to do with baseball. Cut the bullshit. Cut the crap.
So baseball wasn't involved at all. The
It was
no
not the main topic.
involvement.
It was
at all.
not the main topic. The main topic was you bashing gays and trans.
Did it involve baseball players? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so that means which means it involved the sport. So cut the garbage, all right? You and your semantics. See, every time this is what you do. Whenever I catch you on something, now you're trying to say, "Oh, well, no, it doesn't involve the sport. That doesn't count. That doesn't count." That's how you operate.
No, it doesn't count.
That's how you operate. It does count.
You didn't talk about the sport. You didn't talk about the sport. You didn't talk about the sport.
It's involved. The MLB is directly involved.
Right.
And you know I'm right. That's why take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
No, you're not.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
You're not.
They are baseball players, right? Baseball players, MLB players, right? The MLB was directly involved with the uniforms, which involves the MLB having.
But that's not the reason why you wanted to talk about it. And we know that, and I know you don't care about baseball. The only reason why you want to talk about it because you wanted to bash gays and trans. That's it.
It still involved the game. It still involved
baseball. Am I right or wrong?
It still involved baseball.
Am I right or wrong?
I wanted to talk about it. It's because
you wanted to trash.
No. It had nothing to do with trashing them.
Okay, of course
it was to prove my point. It was to prove my point that it was purpose. They are doing this to constantly shove it down people's throats. That's what that was my point. They will constantly want to see if as long as it was okay, we know they exist, whatever. But now that it's not just about supporting it, it's now not just about tolerating it. Now they want us to directly promote it. That was the problem that I had with it. They were trying to constantly promote it. That's the issue that I had.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't about trashing them or trashing them or I hate them and all the stuff.
You can buy into that bullshit all you want. We all know what the truth is. Everyone knows what the truth is, and you keep denying what the truth is. But we're not gonna go there. Do you have anything else to say before I read the comments?
Let me see. I think there was one more thing I wanted to say. I think I wanted to say that. Yeah, like pretty much what you said. When him sleeping, they I guess they were afraid. Yeah, they were afraid of mockery. They were afraid of negative press. But once again, as I said before, if this was any other sports league, I don't believe you. I don't think they would have any problem with it. Because they're financially, as far as when it comes to them financially, they're fine. When it comes to ratings and ticket sales, they're fine. The WNBA, they're trying to be not be on par with the NBA, but they just want to be relevant. And if people are going to make fun of the product, make a mockery out of them, they don't want that.
In their building,
they don't want
their
that.
Seats.
And so that's why they were sensitive, and that's why they kicked him out. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. It had nothing to do with him sleeping, because I guarantee you, any other league, they wouldn't give a rip if he was sleeping.
That's not. I don't buy that. Now you have to remember, the only sport where the fans are that close is that close. There's a couple. Football, not an issue. You're only seeing the field live, right? But in hockey, it's tough because they have the glass or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So they have that. When it comes to basketball, I guarantee you this.
What about tennis? What about tennis?
No, they're only really concentrating on the action in the court. The TV, the most of the thing is covered by. But if he's sitting up close in a tennis event, they absolutely have a right to kick him out. Like I said, he got kicked out for doing the hair cutting thing in a tennis match. I would absolutely kick him off for that.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, all the stuff you said about cheering, booing, doing a little trash talk here and there, that's fine. I can live with that. But when I have some dipshit getting a haircut in front of me, yeah, that's a problem. Now, the sitting, the laying down and having a sleep, that won't bother me as much because at least I can see the action better. But if you're the league, that's not a good look for your league. And I guarantee you, if someone tried to pull that in an NBA game, he would get kicked out.
I don't think so. Because again, whether if it's the NBA or even the NFL, you mentioned the NFL.
Yeah,
I don't think they would. I don't think they would care.
But the audience are a lot more hidden on live TV because, like you said, like the main action is they're just showing the field. They're really just showing the field. They'll show like crowd shots.
What they do a lot of crowd shots, a lot though. Like when there's a big gain or if there's a touchdown, like they do a lot of crowd shots.
But on the TV in an NBA game, you see the first couple rows. You see them; they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a guy sleeping, yeah, that's not a good look for your league. It's not. So I don't have a problem with what they did. Like he plays stupid games. He won stupid prizes. This is what it is. And at the end of the day, he got what he wanted. He got publicity. And if he don't care, I don't care. This is fine.
Well, he's been getting publicity, forever, and he because the guy is he's a big troller. He goes to all these different sporting events, and I think the guy really does have money. I think he does have money.
I'm sure he has money, but I'm telling you right now, he better be careful, man, because he's gonna walk into all these prank YouTubers and social media people. Like you mess with the wrong one, you see what happened to you. So I'm gonna say you mess with the wrong one, you better be careful.
Well, I do think some of these pranks. I'll be real with you. Like some of them, like these guys that be taking these risks of pranking these guys in the hood and whatnot. Come on, you guys are doing way too much. And if you notice, I mean, look, some of it could be fake, or maybe a lot of it is fake. But I noticed that when I would watch some of these shorts on YouTube, like all these pranks on YouTube, a lot of these people, they don't even care that the camera's there or it was a prank. They still get upset and they still want to freaking fight. Like, you can't just think that, I could just prank this person. Like, you don't know people. You need to be careful where you're at too, man. Like, that stuff is no joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, like this prank right here is harmless or whatever. But I'm telling you, man, you mess with the wrong one, you're not gonna like you're not gonna like the results. And we'll see, man. No,
so last question. So you don't think that that it has nothing to do with us of people being dismissive about the sport, nonchalant about the sport, and how they're trying to to promote the sport as much as possible. Like, you don't think it has anything to do with the WNBA being sensitive and whatnot? You think it's really
I think absolutely they're
okay.
Absolutely, they're being sensitive. But but that's not. But having someone laying down sleeping is not a good look for your league. It's not. You can say that they're being sensitive. That's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean they don't have a right to kick you out if you're trying to embarrass the league.
Okay.
Clearly you don't agree with me.
No, of course I don't. Of course I don't agree with you. Because one, as far as the WNBA is concerned, the only entertaining thing that actually happened was this.
Okay. You have a right. This. You have a right to think that way.
This was the only thing that was entertaining about the WNBA highlight reel. It was this.
Okay.
A guy sleeping. Like you said, he made publicity. A lot of people know who he is now, and a lot of people are talking about. Trust me, I went on YouTube. A lot of people are talking about this, not just us.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about this.
Yeah.
It's funny, and in fact, In fact, when I said that I was going to bring this up as one of the topics, you laughed.
Yeah.
So clearly he accomplished his goal.
No. I didn't think the stunt was funny. I didn't think it was funny. What was funny is that I knew you wanted to talk about it, and that I was happy that we got something else instead of that boring topic, the first topic that you wanted to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think what you did was funny. I don't think Jidon's funny. I don't think prank YouTubers are funny. I don't. Because I think what they are the embodiment of what's wrong with society currently. A bunch of people who do stupid things for clout. Like I said, this is harmless. This is absolutely harmless. But he fucked with the wrong person. Like, something bad's gonna happen to him if he fucks around with the wrong person. I'm telling you, I seen this one prank, and this I don't think this was Jidon, but there was someone else who had this gas, this you know how they have the little gas container.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he I don't know what he put in it. Right, he definitely wasn't gasoline, because if that was the case, then I would absolutely kill someone if they poured gasoline on me. But he had something that they poured on this guy, and then he had a match that he was trying to flick off so that he can. So pretty much, he was trying to act like he was setting someone on fire.
Okay.
And the person who was the victim, pulled out a gun, and they had to rush to say, "Oh, this is all a prank or whatever." If that was me, like, I don't carry guns or whatever. But if I have someone pouring what I think is pouring gasoline on me, and they have to see another guy with a match, I'm absolutely shooting on sight. I'm 100% getting my gun.
Yeah, even though you don't believe in guns, what?
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think you can't play with people like that. You can't.
Yeah, I think I saw one guy. He poured fake fake gasoline. He poured fake gasoline on on somebody's vehicle, and I think it was just water. But obviously, the guy was really really upset. Even when he said, "Oh, it's just a prank," like, the guy's pissed off. I don't care if it's a prank or not. Like, you can't be you can't be messing with with people's properties. And I do think some of the pranks are funny. But overall, the majority of them is like, come on, dude. Like, you have nothing better to do. And like, so I hate a lot of these pranks. So I agree with you there. Like, some of them are, just like seriously. And what I also hate is like these stupid fake, skits that they like, like these fake relationships, and these freaking what are the ones that these pranks that they do with these girls, like the guy with the Lamborghinis or with the Ferraris, and then they try to.
I actually think I think those are funny.
You actually think those are funny?
Those are funny.
I think I think all of that is fake.
No, I think it probably is fake. There was one. There was one where a guy, trying to talk to her, and he tried to holler at her, and she said, "No, I'm not interested." And he was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." And then he walked, and instead of walking into a car, he walked towards a tank. And the girl stopped him and be like, "Oh, wait, that's your tank?" Like, yeah, I love tanks.
Okay, that's fun.
that should have me laughing. No, I like those videos.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That one one is funny. I'm gonna have to look for that one. Oh damn, that's funny. That's actually funny.
But yeah, I thought that made me laugh. That was funny. But no, I like those videos. Those videos where they holler at a girl, they say no, and then they walk into a nice car, and then their attitude changes. I like that video.
I don't know why you think those are funny. I don't see what's the humor.
It's humor, but you see how people's tone change when you look like you have more money.
Yeah, but again, I think a lot of that is fake anyway.
Yeah.
I honestly think a lot of it is fake. The problem is, it's like now it's kind of difficult to figure out if this stuff is actually legit, or are these just people, like you said, just want to do it for clout, just for exposure. And if they're doing it, just for exposure, and obviously it's not real, it's not authentic, it's so I don't waste my time, because now the ones that are real, I dismiss them too, because I'm just going to assume that they're all fake.
Look, and the thing is that real or fake, I think is dangerous, because you have someone else who could mimic that, and the results that they have could be a lot worse.
My bad. I'm listening to you, but
No, and honestly, what he's doing right now, obviously, it's embarrassing. But up until him doing that, then I think he could have gotten away with it. It was when he started laying down is where the issue starts.
Okay, yeah. So okay, but yeah, see, he sits back up again, and then I don't know who this guy is, but he was talking to him, and then the guy, obviously he was getting pissed off, and yeah. I'm sorry, who we wanted to see, but this, to me, this is funny. But I pretty much said everything I need to say. So shout out to, I think this is his channel. I don't know if I'm gonna really subscribe or not. Maybe I will, just for the sake. I'll subscribe just to give him some, yeah, just to give him a shout out, give him some love. I'll subscribe. But this was definitely funny. I thought it was very entertaining. And unfortunately, though, I don't know why he's going to be banned from the NBA and the NFL. Like the guy says he's going to ban from the NFL. I don't know if he could really do that. But if he's going to be really banned from every single sports league, then probably, this wasn't really worth it anymore when you think about it. Because now,
No, it wasn't. And I don't feel bad for him.
All right. So let's you can
I'll continue. I don't feel bad for him. He got what he wanted, but when you get what you want, there are consequences for that. Right? When you embarrass a partner, the NBA has a right to ban you. So as far as I'm concerned, he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. So I'm glad that, and I hope the security guard makes good on his promise to ban him from NFL games and all sports games.
Wow, Hoovy.
All of them.
Wow, Hoovy.
Absolutely.
You want that, man.
No, I don't give a shit. Ban him from all of it. Because at the end of the day, this is the intended results of your actions. You want the clout, you got the clout. Congratulations. He'll be fine. Like he'll make his money. He'll find other places where he can pretend to do what he does. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, congratulations, you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted, and hopefully he gets all the rewards for that.
I'm sorry, man. Let me get some shut eye. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Right. So he's making a spectacle. He didn't just fall asleep. He was trying to be funny, and it was a skit. He bought a pillow, and a blanket and a pillow.
He Jabani, he did bring all of that, but again, I don't think none of that is against the rules. Like you mentioned something underneath, but I'll address that real quick. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rudolphi said that you gotta protect the image. Code of conduct, and they have it on the tickets that they can eject you for whatever any reason they want. That's true. Steve, why do you act like he just dozed off? He was trying to be funny, and he didn't like how he was doing it. He didn't take a nap or doze off. He was trying to be funny.
Yeah, they didn't like how he was doing that. But at the end of the day, Jabanis, if he's not doing anything wrong, or no, I'm done with this. Let me get out of here. Wait a second. All right, yeah. As long as you're not doing anything wrong, then it's all fair game. It's all fair game to me. Once again, he bought all of those seats. That's additional money for the WNBA that they desperately need.
And they didn't give him back his money.
His money. No, they didn't give him. No, of course not.
So
they didn't give him back his money. No.
Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter if he spent the money or not. Like at the end of the day, like if you do something that they deem to be stupid, yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
There was a fan sleeping during the Super Bowl.
Oh, you know what? Critical drop. If you're still with us in the chat, I actually appreciate that you gave us that news because the Super Bowl is one of the most important events in the NFL, one of the biggest sporting events, right? And I guarantee you, the guy didn't get kicked out. We'll continue.
All right, so Joshua was in the chat saying, "What's up?"
What's going on, nephew?
The haircut, I would kick him out as well because they're not going to clean up the hair off the floor. In the words of Barkley, guaranteed, they will leave their hair on the floor to let them clean up. No, if they have to clean it, they'll clean it. But that's the thing. Like, why would I be okay with some dumbass getting a haircut during an NBA game?
Well, the whole haircut thing, like I understand your point, but I don't think it's because of I don't think it's because because a lot of people leave debris and garbage all over the floor anyway.
Yeah, that's
Well,
fine.
you know, like they do that all the time anyway. So I don't necessarily think that's the reason. Because popcorn's on the floor, maybe ketchup, something like that is stepped on. Like it happened, especially like unfortunately it happens by default anyway. Especially in the movie theaters, like you see people. I always pick up after myself in the movie theater. I throw everything away. I'm not like that. People leave their garbage, and I don't necessarily think that's the main reason why they're kicking them out. Because you're gonna leave hair on the floor.
It's not that. It's just that what's the point of getting a haircut during an NBA game? What's the point?
I think maybe perhaps
for clout, chasing clout.
Perhaps
chasing clout.
He knew that if he was going to get a haircut, he was going to be late for the game, and then so that's why he decided to get the game. I'm just joking, but yeah,
he did it for clout. He did it for clout, and I mean, and apparently that's okay with some people. So yeah. So Joe said that Steve can never hide his sexism.
Now, Jabani, what did I say that was sexist today? What was it that I said? That see, and this is once again where you're gonna get pissed off because I say all I'm doing is speaking facts, and the facts are that the NBA is a far better product than the WNBA. The money shows it, the ratings shows it, and the fact that the WNBA haven't been profitable.
Hold on.
Can I finish? I want to address him calling me sexist.
Okay.
I want to address it because clearly he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't watch sports. So, with all that being said, they don't make money, Jabanis. That's a fact. Not enough people watches the sport. That's a fact.
Let me ask you a question.
The NBA is better than the. Can I finish?
The
NBA. No. Don't tell me to hurry up. He said that I'm being sexist, and I want to address the facts.
And I want to ask you a quick question. That's what I want to do. I want to ask you a quick question.
I want to finish. He's calling me a sexist, which you this the same way that you always call me a sexist too. You do too, and every single time when you say I'm a sexist, I'm a homophobe, I'm this, I'm that, or whatever, I want to address it. So I want you to give me the same respect, and I want to address Jabanis.
You're taking forever. You can easily address it in two words. I'm not. Even though we know you're lying, at least say I'm not and move on.
I'm not. No. First off, I'm not lying. You're lying. And Jabanis is lying. I'm not a sexist. I appreciate women. Okay, I do, and I could understand that sometimes the truth hurts, but it is the truth that will actually help you succeed by knowing what the truth is. When you know what the truth is and not be delusional about it, you could actually fix the problem. Despite the fact that there may be some type of resistance, at least you know that these are the proper steps that I need to take to be better. And if I want the product to be better, acknowledge that it sucks. Once you acknowledge once you acknowledge that, then you could actually improve the
Why?
product.
Why would you want the product to be better?
Why wouldn't I want the product to be better?
Why? I'm asking you a
Why?
question. Why do you care if the product is good or not?
Yeah, the product has to be good.
Why?
Because
Why do you care?
no. First off, I don't care. But the WNBA players, they need to realize that the only way that they're going to get more money is if the ratings is there. Is if more people watch. That's the only way that they're going to get the money. But until they finally acknowledge that, they need to realize that the only way that people are going to watch us is if the product is better.
So you think the ratings are the only reason why they don't get paid?
I think it's the
You think
ratings.
you think it's that simplistic?
I think it's the ratings. I think it's the ticket sales. I think it's the lack of merchandise sales. All of that. All of that. And obviously when you're comparing it to the NBA, it's night and day, bro. It's night and day.
That's not the argument. You keep bringing them up like as if they're always going to be on the same plane. They're never going to be on the same plane.
Well, they argued that they should be.
All right, you find a couple of people who think they should be. They're delusional.
Isn't that the term I just used just a few moments ago?
The thing is
By
that
being delusional doesn't help. By being delusional doesn't help.
You concentrate on those people, on not everyone else who said that okay, they should be paid more so that they don't have to go overseas to play basketball. You see, just because you say that doesn't mean they should make millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. The problem with you is that it's either one extreme or the other, when in actuality it should be somewhere in the middle. So the question I'm asking you, there's two questions I was going to ask you. One, why do you care if they succeed or not?
Because that's the only way that they are going to get the money that you're asking for, that the money that they're demanding. The only way for them to get
that's not true.
It is true.
No, it's not true.
If your product, if people don't care about your product, where's the money going to come from?
I don't know, but you.
So you don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know.
Here's the thing. What's going on what's going on in the NFL right now?
With the NFL,
yeah, what's going on in the NFL right now?
They're fine. They're making money.
What? There's one position that's not making money.
The running backs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Year in, year out, their salaries are going down, despite the fact that the overall profits of the sport is going up. So don't sit there and tell me, the rating. No, it's not. It's not always the case. It's not always the case. It's not always the case.
When it comes to the WNBA, that's the case.
It could be.
No, it is.
It could not be. But here's another thing that I wanted to ask you, right? And I'm trying to see if I can remember. Okay, you keep saying that the NBA is better than WNBA. That's fine, whatever. Why do you think that is?
The WNBA is better because
the NBA is better.
Yeah, the NBA is better because they are more athletic than the WNBA players are.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really the main reason. Like,
all right, but it has nothing to do with ratings or any of the other stuff.
Because they're more athletic. Yeah. Obviously, the ratings are going to be there.
No, that's not true.
That is true because if the guys were bad NBA players, if the guys were not athletic at all, then what will be the point of watching the sport?
That's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. Like you keep thinking that quality equals ratings, and that's not always the case. It's not always the case.
Why do you think they're better?
I think me personally, I think watching lower level basketball is unwatchable to me. And that includes college basketball, that includes WNBA, that includes G League. But I guarantee you, G League players are better than WNBA players. But the thing is that if you like something, it's because of what you like. It's not about ratings or anything like that. It had nothing. It had nothing to do with that. And I see so many people bring it up, be like, "Oh, like as if it's some sort of revelation." We all know that the WNBA don't draw the same rating that the men do. They never will. They never will. But there are some people out there who do enjoy the sport. You don't have to agree with them, but they enjoy the sport.
No, look, if they enjoyed the sport, that's fine, but it's not enough to keep the sport afloat if it wasn't for if they were not being subsidized with the NBA. It's not
Okay.
enough. The
Okay.
what I've always said is that if they could find some way to bring in the same demographic as the players, they should be fine. But the problem is, like I tried to tell you and with everybody else on Twitter, is the problem is the females that they're trying to retract prefer the NBA also. So regardless of how you try to slice it, there will always be in competition with the NBA. It is what it is. The men
But
prefer the NBA and the women prefer the NBA.
I'm sure that is true for the most part. But the goal of the WNBA is to grow the sport. To grow the sport. And the only way you do that is not changing how the game is played, because that's not going to work. What's going to work is by in my opinion, advertising your stars. Advertising your stars. Making sure that your sport in with that gender is the top league in the sport. There should not be a situation where you have your best player going overseas and making more money overseas. It can't happen that way. It can't. It's not me defending the WNBA. What I'm talking about is facts here.
But what are the facts?
The facts are is that at the WNBA you have the opportunity to be the top league when it comes to the women there, and you have to be that if you want the sport to be healthy and you want the sport to grow and you want the sport to be better. You have to be the top league in your in that field. Can't be second or third. You have to be number one. Because if you're number one, you attract all the best talent also.
So you're saying that it should be better than the NBA?
No, this has nothing to do with the NBA. This had nothing to do with the NBA. What they need to do is be the hub where all the best women in the world play there. And they play there because they will make the most money there. And you have to do a better job when it comes to marketing. You need to incentivize your college player to leave college to and actually go to the WNBA and make more money in the WNBA. The reason why Clark and Reese didn't go to the WNBA is mainly because they make more money in college with the NIL deals. That can't happen. If you want your sport to be taken seriously, yeah, you're gonna have to do better marketing. You have to pay these people more. It is what it is. So, Joshua said, and we still haven't had that. Okay, yeah, they still haven't had that talk that you spoke about. So
Yeah. We'll have that talk, nephew. We'll have that
All
talk.
right, so, well, he couldn't get kicked out the Super Bowl because basically the CEO and co-founder of Tino, a global business management consulting firm, also works with Clinton, so they're not messing with him. All right, so I mean, if he's sleeping, he probably was sleeping. I don't think he was definitely taking. He wasn't doing what Jidon did. He probably just dozed off.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, those guys are probably sitting in the luxury seats or whatever. I mean, and I'm sure he's old. You know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and also this is the Super Bowl. Like tickets are like 10 grand over there. Just to watch a game. All that money that's being spent, I highly doubt that they're going to kick somebody out after they spend all that money. And because Because you have to think about it. Most people that goes to the NFL are these, CEOs, and they're not the average Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not the average guy. Like, these are people who own multiple businesses and whatnot. I don't think the NFL is going to do anything.
No,
I really don't
look,
think so.
as long as he wasn't making a spectacle out of it, then it's not a big deal. Like what Jidon did, he was making a spectacle out of it. That's the difference. So Joshua asked, "What's wrong with college ball?"
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead, have it now.
No,
Because
no.
you said
Yeah, I don't think college basketball is a good watch. I just don't. They're lower level players, and I don't think it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, and some of the rules that they have over there, I think is silly. Also, Joe said that why does it matter so much if it's not profitable? If you don't like it or don't think it should be around, why can't you just leave them alone and let them do whatever happens happens? Whatever happens happens.
I'll explain to you why. I'm not going to just let everything happen, just happen and just leave them alone. When you have people complain over and over and over again that we want to get paid as much as the NBA players, or if they say, "Oh, we want the exact same percentage," I and like everybody else is going to actually give them, common sense that the reason why you're not getting the money is because nobody cares about your product. That's why. I don't see what's the issue of me addressing that point. And secondly, you also need to remember that the since the WNBA is constantly being subsidized, by the NBA, proves that whatever formula that they're using is not working. They had 20 plus years to get it right, and they still need money from the NBA. So clearly, they need to do something else. There's absolutely nothing wrong of addressing that point either, or speaking that fact, I should say.
All right. So Joshua said college basketball is actually more competitive and entertaining than the NBA, especially March Madness. I mean, I think March Madness as a concept is more entertaining,
Yes.
but as far as like an actual game, I'm no, I'm good. Especially when it's bad. Oh my god, it's bad. When it's bad, it's really bad.
Yeah, but he when he brings up March Madness, it does bring a more of a what's the word? Not anticipation, more of a like sense of urgency.
Well, obviously,
Pretty much how it's like in the NFL playoff. Like once you lose, let's say you're done. So it does bring more of a more attention when it comes to March Madness. So I see where he's coming from, having I see where he's coming from.
Of course. But like to me, when it comes to like watching at the highest level, I'd rather watch the NBA.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
So we can probably be done by now. Probably be done by now. So
Yeah, well, I'm done. I have nothing else.
yeah. So yeah, man. Like today, actually not bad considering whatever issues I was having before is now not gone.
Because you were using your hotspot, which was a good idea.
No. I actually wasn't using my hotspot. Because what happened was my phone actually shut off on me in the middle of it.
Oh, that's why I couldn't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it went to one of the obviously went to the it went to the one of my I think it went to my modem and it worked. Surprisingly,
Okay.
it worked.
All right. Awesome.
So I mean, you have that, like I said, be on the lookout for the new intro. Hopefully either by next week or 2 weeks from now, we'll have a new intro. Because the intro that I played earlier is not the new intro. And also, let me let Joe do this. That didn't answer it. Those are two separate things. They shouldn't get the same pay, yada yada, of course. But if they suck, let the NBA decide when they cut them off. You don't need to watch.
Okay, but you see, I mean, that does answer the question.
No, it didn't.
And yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Because because yes, he did. Because he said, why do, like, he's pretty much saying, why am I addressing it? if you are going to complain, I am going to address your complaints. That is answering the question.
No,
Yes,
you
it
didn't answer
is.
the question. No, you didn't. You didn't answer the question. Why do you care so much if what the league is spending their money on? Why do you
That's not
care
that's not
about?
that's not what he asked.
Exactly what he asked.
He said he said, but why does it matter so much if it's not profitable?
Yeah, why do you care if they
Okay
make money
then.
or not? Why do
Okay.
you care if they make money or not?
No. I already answered that question because they are complaining that they are not getting paid. And I'm addressing why they're not getting paid because they're not profitable. Do you
But if,
understand now?
but if they're being backed by the NBA, which is profitable,
No,
yes or
if you
no?
if you need to be subsidized, you're not profitable.
I, they don't care. At the end of the day, they're backed by the NBA.
We're addressing the WNBA right now. That's what we were addressing.
But every time you address the WNBA, you always bring up the NBA.
That's what you just did.
No, you do that all the time.
You just did that.
Okay, you do that all the time.
All I did and said, if it wasn't for the NBA, we wouldn't have a WNBA league.
That's fine.
Which means
But
that
why
it
do you
is
care?
which listen. I've already said I know. First off, I don't care. All I said is the reason why they are not getting the money that they want. Okay, they're not getting the money that they want, and the NBA, they are making tons of money, so they could easily just throw away the money to the WNBA if they want. But me, I would never do that. I would absolutely never do that. The NBA is stupid for doing that. Why? Because I am not interested in investing in any company, in any corporation, or anybody that's not going to produce any fruit. And because you're not going to produce any fruit, why am I going to invest in you for it? It's a waste of my time and a waste of my money. If I was a businessman, I wouldn't deal with it. I wouldn't deal with it. So once again, the only thing that I'm doing is addressing their complaints that they're not getting enough money and that they have to go overseas. Until your product is good and people are actually watching your games and people are buying your merchandise and people and are actually buying a whole bunch of your tickets, you're not going to make any money.
Let me ask you a question. Should the WNBA be the top women's league in the world? Should it be? I'm not saying if it is or not. Should they be?
Should they be?
Yeah.
Um, I have no idea because I don't watch any other female basketball in the whole world at all. So I have no idea.
I'm
Like
saying
if I had an idea how athletic the other girls are to the rest of the world, then I would be able to give a solid answer.
did you common sense? You common sense because you see a lot of them go overseas to play in other leagues where so a lot of them say they make more money in the other leagues than they do in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that they with the connection of the biggest NBA, the biggest with the connection of the biggest league when it comes to basketball, should they be the best league for women's basketball?
Wait. Okay. So I think what you're trying to say is when you're comparing to all the other leagues in the world, should they be number one compared to everybody else?
Yeah, in the women's game, yes.
Honestly, I don't know.
Because
I'll be frank, I don't know.
Realistically, they should be. They should be. They absolutely should be. Because I guarantee you, there's no league. There's no in the men's game. There's no league that's better than the NBA. Not even close.
I agree with that. Yes.
Okay. So, and on the women's side, that should be the same thing. Now, again, they don't have to. They're not going to make the same as the men. They're not going to.
Mm-hmm.
For everything that you mentioned, plus other reasons. But they should be the top paid women basketball players easily. They should be by a lot. And if that's not the case, then they have issues that they have to take care of. And a lot of those issues had nothing to do with the quality of the play. Had nothing to do with it. It has to do with marketing. It has to do with pay. And if the league is willing to help when it comes to that, then it is what it is. I don't have a problem with it. If they're willing to help, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. All right, so you can read this. You can read this.
But if it's the NBA's money, if they want to waste it, then it shouldn't matter to you. If they complain about pay, they are not telling you, Steve, to give them money. Why do you feel like you're a stockholder? Well, you okay. First off, you need to that. I mean that doesn't really make any sense. How am I acting like as if I'm a stockholder?
Because you're complaining about the NBA subsidizing the WNBA.
Okay, yeah, want to know why? Because what I'm trying to say is that is proof that whatever that the formula that the WNBA is using is not working. Because if it wasn't for if the NBA decided right now we are no longer going to give you money, we are no longer going to subsidize, the league wouldn't exist anymore.
I agree with that.
At a certain point, you're gonna have to let the if the ship is never going to be able to sail on its own, you're just wasting your time at the end of the day.
I agree with that to an extent. But what Joe is asking you is that if they are willing to do it, then why do you have a problem with that?
Okay, I'm not saying that I'm an expert at business or whatnot, or whatever. The problem is that when you constantly give a company money, you're not teaching them, you're not giving them the incentive, to be better. It's the same argument that I had used with you, Hoovy, and when Mr. B was in our chat. It's better for you to let the guy learn how to fish instead of just giving him a fish all the time. You're not improving anything. So when you're constantly subsidizing the NBA and you're constantly just giving them money, you're pretty much you're pretty much telling them continue to do as is what you're doing from day one that has never worked since day one. So because you're constantly giving them money, then there's really no room for improvements.
All right, but it's their ship not to sail. But it's their ship not to sail.
But it's their ship not to sail. Yeah, he's talking about the WNBA.
I'm assuming so.
If it's you say okay, so it's a WNBA ship not to sail. I mean, look, okay, then they're never going to be the profitable company that they should be, because the only way that people are going to get more money if the company is profitable.
Yeah, so Malta, he agrees with you, saying that when NBA is funding WNBA doesn't make funding WNBA doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense because you're not giving them the incentive to be better.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I disagree with that
because it's no different. It's no different than you giving a homeless guy $1,000. He spends it all. You give him another $1,000. He spends it all doing the exact same thing that he's been doing for the past 20 years. The guy's 40 years old now. You're still giving him thousands of dollars, and he's still in the exact same position where he originally was. There have been absolutely no improvement whatsoever.
But here's the thing: let's say that was me giving that guy $1,000, at the end of the day, it's my choice to give him $1,000. Yes or no?
It absolutely is your choice.
Okay, and if it's my choice, then I'm going to do what I want. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
All right. And the NBA clearly wants to support the WNBA. And I think it is in their best interest to support the WNBA. I think it is. Because as much as you can say that women watch the NBA more than WNBA, that's true. but at the end of the day, if you're going to be a league that's inclusive to everyone, you have to support that league. You have to. You know what I mean? Especially when you have a lot of crossover. They're a lot. You know, some of them still use your buildings. You use them for like all-star events and stuff like that. Like it's a league that it's a synergy type of thing. It's synergy. Like it's about support. It's about supporting. It's about support. That's why they support the G League. That's why they support that they support other leagues also. Because at the end of the day, they want the sport to be great. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is, man. Let's see. So Malta says consistently consolidating the WNBA when they keep failing. Not to mention the players normally talk bad about NBA and men. Actually, will mean WNBA will never learn. Now, all this is now is just conjecture. Because you can't take the comments of one or two people and label it to the entire league. That's why I feel like you do from time to time, Steve. Where you take a comment from a couple of players and then you lambaste the entire league because of it. Even if you have a couple, even if you have a couple players who feel this way, Malta doesn't mean that the entire WNBA feel the same way.
Well, I mean, majority of all the women do complain about the pay.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Yeah. So since they're complaining about the pay, but once again, if the revenue isn't there, there's really you can't get any money because where the money is going to come from. The only solution is oh well is demand the NBA to give you more money.
Look, at the end of the day, if you want to be the top league in the world, you have to start paying these women more. That's it. But why does their money matter to you?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just addressing it. That's what I'm doing, Jabanis. I'm just addressing it. If the NBA wants to subsidize the WNBA for for the next 20 plus years or whatnot, they could do that if they want to. But the WNBA just better not ask for more money if the product is not good. And the NBA, to me, all I'm saying is they're just wasting your time. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you want to make the claim, well, it's for the greater good because it's good to have a women's sports league. Okay, that's nice, but I'm also here at the end of the day to make sure that when I'm giving you this money, that the product is actually good and that it could finally survive on its own without my help.
All right. It's almost as if you live with your parents until you're 30, when you don't work or smoke drugs or something. If your parents keep babying you, you're never gonna be a man. I agree. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, if you need help, it's obviously it should be in their instinct to help you. If you need help, instinctually, if you need help, they're going to try to help you. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm pretty sure when Brittany Griner said she would spank DMC was the equivalent of when Josh said that he would have cooked Jordan. Well, here's the thing: like athletes, men or women, are confident, and a lot of that confidence is irrational. So, like, if I can't get mad at her, I can't get mad at Ja for saying he's better than Jordan. Just like I can't get mad at Brittany Griner for saying that she would beat up, she would is better than DeMarcus Cousins, even though they both are delusionally wrong.
Come on, man.
But the thing is that it's the confidence of an athlete that they have. Athletes in general are confident.
You could be confident, but that doesn't mean you have to be delusional. Like Brittany, there's absolutely no way that anyone could expect me to believe that Brittany Griner had never seen DeMarcus Cousins perform. I'm sure she's seen highlights. I'm sure she's seen him play. There's absolutely no way she could actually think that with her the skills that she has, that she could beat that guy. Like, get the hell out of here.
I mean,
That
athletes are delusional. I'm telling you, athletes are delusional. It's part of what makes it's part of what drives them to be great. Is delusion. But on that note, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I need it. I'm probably gonna go to sleep because I got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. Anyways, Malta, thank you for watching. Joe, thank you for watching. Joshua, thank you for watching. Critical Drop, thank you for watching. Oh, FYI, check out their channel. They interviewed Shanksta, aka Soul. I think they were talking about CEO and all the other stuff. So
yeah. I posted it on the chat. I forgot to put it in the Discord, so I'm gonna put it in the Discord also. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Like seeing Shankster there, aka Soul. Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. And don't worry, guys. I know we are late to the party. We're supposed to have the Tekken ranking. I did not forget. I promise you, like it's going to happen. I did not forget. I'm gonna see if I could get Soul sometime, maybe sometime next month.
they had a closed beta for Tekken over the weekend.
Oh man, that's crazy. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I knew about it. I applied, but I didn't get in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, Rudolphi, thank you for watching. Ryan Meadows, thank you for watching. Nolan, thank you for watching. And yeah, I said most already. Yeah, so guys, thank you guys for watching. What we have planned for next week? I think pretty much same old, same old.
I think so.
Yeah, look out for hopefully new intro next Monday, hopefully. Yeah, if there's anything else that's gonna happen, like I said, I still have that Xbox video that I gotta make. I keep saying that for a while, but I'm actually gonna do it sometime this week, hopefully.
Yeah, and from now on, like I actually been really consistent with it. I'm pretty sure Hubi noticed it. So like Malta, for example, how you mentioned about the whole Charles Barkley thing, the rant. Like I've been making separate videos about podcasts because I understand that people cannot watch 2 hour, 3 hour podcasts. So I make the video separate, so that way you could watch each individual video, in your own time, and whatnot. And also, to help with the algorithm, because if the channel I want the channel to grow, and you have to be consistent putting videos. So I want to try to make at least one video per day, work on the intros, and work on the editing, all the other good stuff. So, but anyway, please share this podcast, whether it's on Twitter, IG, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever it is that you use, Rumble. It will be great. It'll help the channel, and we will continue to make more. So, with all that being said, this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
Who 186 later, guys.